In the NCAA men's basketball tournament, if you stayed up late, you saw Texas A&M go down late to the Houston Cougars. Tough day for the Big 12 as Baylor went down to Clemson 72-64. Marquette beats Colorado 81-7-7. And Yale waves goodbye as San Diego State beat them 85-57.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
How good you want to be? From play one to the last play, we fighting. Today's about opportunity and character. We got a chance to come out here and play football. It's a blessing. Hey, every season is full of defining moments. Let's make this day a defining moment for us in our quest. Let's go, baby.
This is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star with Rob Thompson and the managing editor of Blogging the Boys, RJ Ochoa. Now, here are the guys.
Hey, gather around. We got something to talk about. It is the Morning Huddle here on San Antonio Sports Star. He's RJ Ochoa. He manages the editing of Blogging the Boys. I'm Rob Thompson, sitting comfortably on the patio of the Golf Club of Texas, and it is tourney day. I see the clouds parting. It is starting to clear. It is ready for some golf.
The air is immaculate. The vibes are extraordinary. And the company, assuredly, will be divine.
Dude, you have to go watch us. Go to our YouTube feed. It's kind of creepy.
There's a little Blair Witch.
There is a Blair Witch vibe going on.
Give us.
I'm so afraid right now.
Have you seen that movie?
Oh, 100 times.
I've never actually seen that movie.
Is
it a movie or a documentary?
It's a documentary, which is really something that I didn't realize till after I'd seen it the third time, that's all real. That there's something going on out in the Maryland woods. You haven't seen Blair Witch?
No.
It's the worst good movie, best bad movie you'll ever see.
There you go.
Or the worst good movie. It depends on how you want to average things out.
There are cameras documenting us to make our own version right now, right here.
There are. I feel like if there is, I'm part of that Jim Carrey movie. Come out and play golf with us. We've been telling everybody for months to come do this, and it's finally here. It was a little. I got to be honest. As my alarm went off this morning, I was a little concerned as I walked outside on the Thompson Hill, and it was raining. But it appears to have blown past. We're gonna have a nice soft course. It'll be a very forgiving day here at the Golf Club in Texas. But we can't wait to see everybody. I want to thank Ansira and Flight by Yingling and everybody that's going to be out here today. It's going to be fun. So if you're coming, we look forward to seeing you. Just wear your waterproof shoes and
galoshes.
Wear your galoshes. And the Valspar this weekend.
It was not often. His last name is Malatini.
There you go.
It was his second career win and his caddy's first in 20 years. It was. Man, I'm looking for his first name. I want to say it's Andrew.
Well, I didn't see.
It's hard. It's hard to be a player that I'm not familiar with, and nevertheless, that's
Malantino.
Malatini.
How late? See, we all stayed up late, especially us that
dude.
were playing on the tournament stuff. Late night, Houston in OT. Though, I don't think the outcome was ever in doubt. I don't think anybody's brackets were shattered that A&M didn't win in overtime. But man, what a good basketball game! And what has been a chalkish, top-heavy tournament. That's what we told you it was going to be last week. 5 bursts stolen in conference tournaments turned into a very top-heavy, the most in a long time kind of tournament, which, man, we've needed this. We've needed a clash of the Titans, and we're getting it coming up on Thursday.
All 4 1 seeds, all 4 2 seeds advancing to the Sweet 16. Granted, to your point, Houston flirting with disaster a bit. That was a wild – it was a collapse. Like, I think people only use the term collapse when you lose. I mean, they did collapse, the Cougars, but they were able to pull it off at the end in overtime. I mean, turns out you have 4 dudes foul out. It kind of makes, finishing a basketball game a difficult proposition. But congratulations to them. They were able to pull it off. A super intense, dramatic, game-tying three-pointer from the Aggies. And then our text chain blew up. Everybody was like, oh my gosh. It was sick. It actually blew up earlier in the day. I don't think that Joe will ever forgive Baylor.
No, man. Okay, so we'll talk all about tourney time. Of course, Spurs. They attended a basketball game on Saturday night, which was, we would like to thank them for participating.
They and I had equal contributions to the Frostbank Center.
So you had it was your first venture into seeing Wemby. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on seeing the big boy.
Pledges too, and I ran into him.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I kind of thought y'all were there together.
It was we'll get there, but yeah, it was they got some cardio. That's all I can really say in a fair way.
Yeah. Every time you see these matchups of good teams and Wemby versus KD or whatever the case may be, you just keep thinking this is one of the last times this ain't on national TV.
Mm-hmm.
We're glad this one wasn't. The Spurs were taken to the woodshed. Let's see if they can rebound. They get the Phoenix Suns again tonight in one of those goofy new NBA back-to-backs where they get 2 and 3 days against the same team. So we'll see if they can bounce back off of that. Jerry Jones is a doodler, and I say that with a smile on my face. There's a picture floating around and some talk about Jerry over the weekend. He's getting into his quarterback and how much he loves him and whether he's going to be here long term or not. But there's a picture floating around that RJ did. I hadn't seen it yesterday. I was buried face first in basketball, but I see the photo this morning of Jerry sitting in front of a pad, and you and I have talked to him enough. We know he's a doodler. Why is that such a big deal to everybody?
Well, so I actually never knew anybody who did this until I met you.
Really?
I've never known anyone, because when you say doodler, like someone's a doodler, that makes it sound like, in the middle of, social studies class, they're doodling. Like but the way I've seen you doodle is when you're actually sometimes
it's a manifestation of thought for me. It's like a brainwave.
I always thought it was like a nervous tick. Like, like
you could put it that way.
Like you need something to do with your hands while you're talking, whatever. And so you're just like, but I've seen you like draw a square or like there's some sort of, intentional thought. Jerry's was just, it was like my son with his crayons. You know what I mean? It was just like, there was no discernible thought or image or whatever. And it happened to be a photo of when he was giving these really important answers about Tyron and Dak and everything like that. And so the meme ability behind the photo was incredible, just with like, oh, here's the draft strategy. Here's the Cowboys offseason strategy. You know how when that ketchup gets out of the bottle, it's too difficult to put back in.
What do they say? That a cluttered desk is a sign of a
genius or whatever.
Genius mind. Well, I'd hate to think that my brainwaves are on the same par with Jerry.
You two are one and the same.
Hey, if I made money like that, I'd take it to the bank. But I do think that the man meets moment opportunity here for memes was brilliant. But he did talk about his quarterback. I don't know what we take from him. I don't know whether to believe what to say when you hear him say anything, but evidently he still loves Dak and thinks he's going to be the quarterback. He said there's a few quarterbacks out there that haven't won a Super Bowl.
He said that the majority of quarterbacks in the league, I mean, you look at active quarterbacks, you got Mahomes, obviously, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, if you want to include Joe Flacco in that mix. I mean, but for the most part, it's a rare club in terms of active players.
And the intent would be to get him soon as possible, I guess.
Signed.
Something extended, right? That's really what
right. So, well, that's been the intent for a while now, and here we sit.
How was your weekend out and about in the city?
It was excellent. It was interesting weather, and I mentioned Spurs game on Saturday night, and so that was a lot of fun.
Did you partake in the snacks? Did you have something to eat?
I did, and it was my first experience with the digital kiosk that
fancy. Did you have a Whataburger?
I did not. I had a lobster roll, and
from where?
It was it's a new thing. Like you have like all sorts of options, and you go to the kiosk and you press whatever you want. And so I had a lobster roll, and
it was at the standard. Just it wasn't a fancy.
No, it was kind of the standard main.
And so was the lobster roll hot or cold?
It was cold, and that I did not understand that when I ordered it.
Well,
and so that
colds can still be good.
They can be. This one wasn't.
Well,
and that's okay.
San Antonio, you're not getting.
Well, I mean, I was in a certain mood, and I thought it would tickle my fancy, and there was no tickling of anybody.
Did you bring your clubs? If someone was to walk up to us and ask us to like swing one for the Gipper.
I don't have them with me on hand, but I think that I would, we're 2 steps from the pro shop. I'd be fine. I could, and I think that would even look cooler. I'd just be like, go pick a 7-iron for me and I'd be fine.
We're out at the Golf Club of Texas. It's tourney day. Come out. If you're not signed up, just come out and hang with us. I understand there'll be food soon. Like there'll be some breakfast tacos.
That's what you were told. You were saying.
I've been told that those, and normally we have them out here, so I do expect them to come out. We're going to feed and drink everybody who's already signed up. Their pro shop. See, whoever buys for the Golf Club of Texas pro shop has a good eye. They have good stuff and good shirts.
Mm-hmm.
You're an aficionado of the country club logo shirt,
right?
That's a cool thing to be of, and these are collectibles. These would be ones you would be proud to wear at other clubs.
This is one of those, like, you call your son, they're like, and you say, you don't have to call. You just like, anything, you're safe with anything here. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be like, what kind of, whatever. Like, everything here is good. Everything here is quality. Everything here is fashionable. And those are all boxes that I know that you're looking to check.
They got a couple of, one of their brands, Columbia. Which one you wouldn't expect, but they make good golf shirts.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a good looking Aggie one.
Well, Rob was already kind of reaching for his wallet in there.
I almost.
It's burning a hole.
Well, it's a good one, and they're on special, sitting right there in front of the.
Are you rehearsing the speech for you when you get home?
I am.
It was on special.
I'm an impulse buyer guy. You put it right by the register. I've already got my wallet out. I'll take 2 of these, 3 of those naked lady tees.
Wow.
The exploding golf balls. I need 4 of those.
You sound like you're shopping at Harry Potter's golf pro shop.
That is the intro of Caddyshack.
Well, it's been a long time
Bushwood Country Club.
Have seen Caddyshack.
Well, that's part of it. Come out and play your Caddyshack game today with us. What time does the shotgun start? I don't even know these things because 9? I'm not allowed to play. Is it 9?
Yeah.
Is it going to be light by then?
I would assume so. If it's not, then we're all in trouble as a planet.
Yeah, but here's the problem. See, I normally don't get to see the sunlight. The sunrise, because you and I are in a glass box of fun.
Okay.
So I don't normally know when the sun rises. So when it's like a regular weekend, I got up at for me sleeping in now is 7. You know what I mean? It's still dark.
Sure. I
didn't know that. I thought once we flipped the switch and fell backwards or fell forward, whatever the heck we just did, spring forward.
Yeah.
That we would get more morning sunlight, but.
How do you not understand that?
I was told there was no math.
It's not math.
It is math because there's numbers. And you're right. I get it when it's explained to me as a child, but I just assumed. So what's the benefit here?
If we literally,
those poor kids are standing at the side of the road waiting for the bus.
The benefit is they have more sunlight to play in the day.
If they survive the morning.
And the benefit is for people who want to come to the Golf Club of Texas, they can play in twilights and be out here longer.
I'm just worried about the kids.
They get off of work, they can come get in 18 instead of 9.
All I worry about is the troops, parents, and the kids. That's really all my abiding thought. And the dogs.
Yeah.
And other and puppies. But
and world peace.
That goes back.
Yeah, right.
But the safety of the kids concerns me with the darkness this morning. And I have one other thought. If you drive in the rain with your brights on more than 2 seconds, especially if you're on my ass, there should be some kind of needed shooting law in the state of Texas. It's not road rage. It's really kind of just like, cleaning up brush.
What if everybody had kind of like Mario Kart, like you had a thing, you had like a button in your car, and you get to use it twice in your life, in the life of that vehicle. You know what I'm saying? And so somebody comes up, and you just get to like, boop, and something happens. It keeps the person safe, but some sort of warning, some sort of hey.
For those who have listened to me for a while, I do espouse a theory that there are those of us that should be given a little bit more status on the roads. Maybe you go without getting a ticket for, say, like 10 years. And if you go without a ticket for,
what if you're not driving
10 years? Well, if you're a driver, you have a driver's license, and you go 10 years without getting any kind of moving violation, you become kind of an elevated driver.
But you could literally not drive at all.
Well, that's okay. You're still an elevated driver. You haven't caused any trouble. So even if you're not driving, but what I'm saying is you get, as an elevated driver, you now get to discern traffic and what's going on. So if you see a bad driver, you're now like a hall monitor. We supply all these elevated drivers with a paintball gun, say a red paintball gun. And let's say you see some idiot do something stupid, like darting in and out of traffic, riding your ass with the brights on, whatever it might be. You hit him with a paintball, pap. If a DPS officer or police officer anywhere sees you with 3 paintball paps, 3 bops, you get immediately dinged. Like, you got to get off the road for a week. You're obviously doing something wrong.
So just to be clear.
So 3 elevated drivers decide at some point that you have done something stupid. You are now singled out. We know who you are.
So you want to develop an elitist society?
Yes, I am all about elitist. As long as I'm part of that.
Where we publicly shame.
I'm all about public shaming from elites. Yes, we're all on the same road here.
The lesser. And
not the lesser, the stupid.
Okay. So you want to publicly shame people.
Because you can be normal and regular and still be stupid.
Okay.
But the lesser stupid.
So an elitist society where we publicly shame people, but we still value the troops, the kids, and the dogs.
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes. And,
welcome to Rob's version of The Sims.
Isn't that a wonderful place to live? I think in my world.
Wisteria Lane.
It's in fact Wisteria Lane. Hey, coming back, let's talk about your brackets. They were top heavy, so if you went with the favorites, you're riding home. We'll talk about the Aggies. What happened to them? Can Houston win it all? And his name is Jamal Shed. Should he be a Spur? We're looking at your brackets. Go check them out at sasportstar.com. Are you winning? Is there anybody left? We'll get there and talk about the Spurs. And Jerry spoke. And he also doodled. We'll catch you up with that. So hang around with us. This is the Morning Huddle, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final 4, one winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
In Dare County, 1 in 3 people have low access to healthy food since they live 1 mile or more from a grocery store. The City of San Antonio Healthy Corner Stores are helping to change that. With more than 45 member Healthy Corner Store locations, fresh fruits and vegetables are now within reach at your neighborhood store. And all Healthy Corner Stores accept SNAP benefits. For more information, visit sanantonio.gov/Healthy Corner Stores. Remember, visit sanantonio.gov/Healthy Corner Stores.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
When it's time for the March Mania brackets to bust wide open. As I was saying, it's mad. The Mania of March at BetUS.com is all about those buzzer beat bonus offers. And when the madness starts and Cinderella man steps onto the BetUS always has your back with back-to-back 125% sign-up bonuses on your first 3 deposits and even 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS.com Sportsbook and Casino, where the game... Join today. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Puro San Antonio football is back at the Alamo Dome. Join the herd and watch your Brahmas in the best seats at the best prices. Single, season, and group tickets are available now. Don't miss any Brahmas action this season, led by legendary head coach Wade Phillips. The Brahmas kick off the season March 31st against the DC Defenders in the Alamo Dome. Let's pack the Dome. Experience the excitement. Head to theufl.com to buy your Brahmas tickets today. That's theufl.com. Vamos Brahmas!
When was the last time you went to the dentist? Need a new dentist? Hi, Jason Minix here. Go see my dentist at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces. Smile Structure can handle all your dentistry needs, from general dentistry to oral surgery, orthodontics for the kids, or Invisalign for adults. Mention this ad, get a free exam and x-rays. Veteran owned with 5 San Antonio area locations. Learn more and book an appointment online at smilestructure.com. That's smilestructure.com.
Dave Ramsey here from my friends over at Connecticut in San Antonio. Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy. So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it. It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association. The team at Connecticut San Antonio can test your water, install a system, and provide treatment, all without stepping a foot inside your home.
I'm Chris Canepa of Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try a Connecticut quality water softener for 90 days absolutely free. Call us at 656-PURE, that's 656-7873, or visit us on ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let me turn my mic on. It's the morning huddle here on San Antonio Sports Star. Look on your screen. You'll see us in the vague darkness as we're sitting on the patio at the Golf Club of Texas. It is time for the 2024 spring edition of the San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Classic. That's a big old T-shirt logo. We're glad everybody's coming. We want to thank Ancira, Flight by Yingling, 90 Proof, the bar we're headed to after today, after the party. It'll be a fun day, and it looks like these skies are partying. I know you're walking out, you're looking out the window, and you're going, hey, looks a little damp. Rain's gone. Look at your radar. It's blowing over. It's going to get up to high 70s. It's going to be a perfect day to play golf. And I'm just so glad that RJ and myself, by the way, RJ.
I'm doing excellent.
And Greg Shelton, our crack engineer on crack, is we're here, but we don't get to play. So, wave at us like we're zoo animals when you get here. Feed the animals while you come by, and go out and have yourself a hell of a day of golf, and we will be free about an hour after you guys begin. Shotgun at 9. I understand tacos will be here soon. There is, in fact, coffee. We want to thank Zeke, the resident pro, for taking care of us this morning.
It is off to a great start, and we're waiting for the Stampede to hit and for everyone to just come in and just give you a hug.
Please, just give me a hug. How's your bracket? Because I'm kicking some ice.
So I am I'm competitive in all of my groups, and I'm not leading any. I was at one point, despite the fact that I lost Kentucky early on. But overall, my best showing, my group of record is maybe the best way to put it. I'm in third place. I'm 67.3% accurate. Where are you at from an accuracy standpoint?
Let me get here. I got to pull up my.
You can do this. I believe in you.
I think I would.
You did the wrong thing.
I did.
You can do this.
Where is it?
Go to right there, and then go to. There you go. You can do this, Rob. Right there. Right there. You got this.
Tournament challenge. See, my brackets. This is great rating.
You're 88% accurate. Holy crap, Rob!
I have a fire sign by my name.
Wow.
I don't know. Yesterday I didn't get anything wrong.
Wow.
I do have Connecticut winning it all, which I feel comfortable about. But let's talk about what was really important. The game of the day yesterday, Aggie Houston game, a grudge match, a battle of guys who knew each other. They've already played once this season, and it was not, we've always had this argument, just because games are close doesn't mean it's a good game. It can be a bad game and still be close. It might be enjoyable because it's close, but sometimes they're not works of art. And last night was not a work of art, but it still managed to be a phenomenal basketball game both ways. I am a huge Jamal Shead fan. That guy, he is the second best guy I've seen play in the tournament. And that dunk he threw down in the second half, and I hope we all know what I'm talking about, needs to be replayed over and over and over. That was Jordan-esque. That's one of those things you only see once every 2 or 3 years. Spectacular play by the second best player I've seen, or the second most dominating, maybe the best player I've seen in the tournament.
It was great, certainly. And the game, while it got close, wasn't close. You know what I mean? Like the final 3 minutes of regulation, I think, are gonna shape how we remember the game. And people are going to act like Houston was on the ropes the entire. They were not. I mean, it was not as comfortable of a win as we've seen from UConn or Tennessee or certainly Purdue to this point. Houston seems to be maybe a tier below them in terms of the most staunch competitors for this tournament. But they got here. I mean, that's kind of all that matters. Now I get to see them play Duke. I mean, Houston, you've had your chances. This is your latest one. Don't screw it up. In fact, who's the team that you feel like is in the most don't screw it up territory? Like, you got to capitalize right now on getting here.
Purdue. I think they are the most vulnerable, but they're also the one with the most to lose. This is a team that's for the last couple of years have had the player of the year in Zach Edey. They almost choked one away in game one. They were, capable to get themselves here. They got to continue to win. So, Duke's the blue blood. They put some guys to sleep with James Madison, one of those early round.
There were so many people who thought that they had a chance, but
didn't happen. But this feels very 2005-ish. This feels very 1997-ish, where it feels like it's been a long time since we've seen this kind of Sweet 16, where we've got the top heavy. We have those that have played well all season long, and no reason to expect an imminent collapse, kind of like when you see those bid thieves like Utah State, because they had no business against Purdue. Edey had a triple-double essentially in the first half. It was over immediately. Same with Yale. I mean, those upsets, the ones that carry into the Sweet 16 while they're fun early, tend to kind of water down the tournament. But this year, it feels like we've got 16 teams, all of which have the pedigree, maybe not to win it all, but to get to a Final Four, every one of them.
So I love a great Cinderella team, don't get me wrong, but I also love when you get a Final Four of just classics. And I loved the Loyola Chicago story, but it was kind of, okay, we got Villanova, Michigan, Kansas,
and who?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so the fact that half of the Sweet 16 teams are 1 and 2 seeds is cool. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like, okay, we're going to get some truly. This past weekend was remarkable, incredible. I mean, just an inhalation of basketball every second. And we got, I don't know that we got a buzzer beater, but we got some, dramatic moments and things like that. But it feels like next weekend is going to be the just battles and the gauntlets, and that's a different kind of enjoyment.
Man, one of the things I figured that there's always a conference that lets you down. There's always one that you can't quite measure because they kind of cannibalized themselves and the few non-conference games, they looked a little shaky, but enough. And I kind of thought the Big Ten was that. It's the SEC. Oh my goodness. The SEC did not pan well. Big 12 had their problems, but it's the SEC that showed their weakness. The ACC, that they are stomping around like it's back in 2005. It very much feels like blue bloods are coming. You got 3 ACC teams still hanging around.
Maybe 2 if Clemson has their say about it.
Well, we still have 3. I didn't expect to see that. No one. I don't know how many brackets had Clemson past Baylor. I know I didn't. That was pretty much lone defeat over the weekend.
We do still have the just barely steady heartbeat of the Pac-12 as we know it. Arizona hanging out. Yeah, I mean, but they're it. So this is the last time we're going to get to see that logo on the jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy it for the next however long it is.
Washington State, that late game Saturday night, that Washington State.
Yeah.
Drake.
Oakland was fun.
What's his name? Lemke. He's open. We had Yale was fun. Papadopoulos or Papadoulis or whatever.
Yale was fun.
Lots of great jump shooters.
Colorado almost turned into the story. They had a chance late against Marquette, but Marquette also kind of, talk about making it feel like 2005 type thing. I mean, they pulled away. I don't know I guess maybe North Carolina State is the one random, not even random, but the one, I mean, they're an 11 seed.
They are.
And they benefited, arguably from, Oakland upsetting Kentucky, because if not, we might have had, just truly, totally blue bloods here.
We'd like to thank North Carolina State for continuing, because what's his name? Burns, LJ Burns, or I forget his name, the fat center. The axiom has been proven. He, along with the big Colorado center, if you got a fat center, those guys can bounce pass, man. You got a fat center, you are going to get dimes DOS. I mean, that's what happens with those big.
That's evolution.
That's all it is, man. Those guys got it. And watching him play was as fun, and a guy who's about to become a star. This guy is going to be a star by the time we start playing Thursday night, as we start getting the backgrounds. Speaking of backgrounds, sometimes you really don't want to see the sausage made. I think we saw sausage on Jerry Jones' notepad over the weekend. A meme has floated around that kind of sums up the entirety of the Dallas Cowboy offseason. Jerry spoke and he doodled, and we're talking about it next. Hang around with us. We're live at the Golf Club of Texas. We're playing golf today. It's time for the tourney. You're on the Morning Huddle here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four. One winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
Ad paid for by America First Tax Group. Attention. If you or your business is behind in filing your tax returns, or if you owe over $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS, please listen carefully. The IRS does not joke around and will not stop their collection efforts. If you're tired of the IRS letters, levies, liens, or wage garnishments and would like to get a fresh start, we can help. Due to the financial hardships in the country, the IRS is making it easier than ever to settle tax problems for those who owe more than $10,000. We can help settle your delinquent tax problems, end all collections, and may even reduce your back taxes significantly. Even if you can't afford to pay your back taxes, you can still get the help you need. We've helped thousands of taxpayers just like you. But you must call 800-257-0663 today to stop your tax problem from getting worse. The information is free and the help is real. Call 800-257-0663. That's 800-257-0663. Again, 800-257-0663.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Head over to Hulu this March, where our new shows and movies will keep you streaming all month long. Catch the acclaimed movie All of Us Strangers, starring Paul Mescal and Andrew Scott. Stream the new Hulu original limited series We Were the Lucky Ones with Joey King and Logan Lerman. And don't forget about Grey's Anatomy. Every Grey's episode ever is now streaming on Hulu. So, what are you waiting for? Go stream something new on Hulu.
Ulta Beauty's semi-annual beauty event is happening now. Unleash your love for beauty with 50% off daily beauty steals on hair, skin, makeup, and fragrance. Shop your favorite brands like Tarte and Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. Plus, grab perfect hair care pairs from brands like Redken and Olaplex. And check out new arrivals from brands like Charlotte Tilbury and Dyson. Shop the Ulta Beauty semi-annual beauty event online, in-store, or try pickup today. Now through March 28th. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
Hey, honey, I'm home.
Bob, I just hung up with Joe. It's the 4th time he's called this week. He says he's worried because for the first time in 12 years, you didn't buy my anniversary jewelry from him.
You didn't tell him, did you?
No, I didn't tell him how we made the switch to Diamonds Direct and how much I love my new diamond ring or these incredible diamond stud earrings you got me either.
Bob's gonna go nuts when he finds out. But I can't believe how all these things he used to say about Diamonds Direct just aren't true. And the prices are a lot better than his.
Yeah, and what I love is the free service at Diamonds Direct. I can get my jewelry cleaned anytime. And everyone there is like family.
Are you getting all you deserve from your jeweler? You might be surprised. Maybe it's time to make the switch to Diamonds Direct for guaranteed better value, selection, service, and quality.
If he comes up on the caller ID, just don't answer it.
All right, but we can't keep dodging him. You know we're going to see him at the family reunion.
Yeah, I know.
Diamonds Direct. No middleman, no pricing games, no compromises. Get details and showroom directions at diamondsdirect.com.
Now streaming only on Disney Plus.
My name is Taylor. Welcome to the Eras Tour.
Experience Taylor Swift's record-breaking Eras Tour.
Does anyone here know the lyrics?
Taylor Swift The Eras Tour, Taylor's version, with 4 additional acoustic songs. Now streaming only on Disney Plus.
Save big during MVP's bonus days at Lowe's with limited time deals on everything you need. Right now, buy one select DeWalt 20-volt max tool, get one DeWalt 20-volt max power stack battery 2-pack free, a $179 value. Plus, save $20 on a select bucket of Deck Plus wood screws. Find these deals and more in-store and online today. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 3/18 through 3/29 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Joe Reinagle here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. Hey, if you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasik.com.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz. You know, with the tournament here, the college basketball pick'em is the easiest way to get in on the action and a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports. You've made your bracket. It's probably already kind of ugly. Well, there's another way to keep playing with your bracket already busted. It's the pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry. And all you have to do is select higher or lower on all different kinds of stats in this week's tournament games for a chance to win big, up to 100 times your money in a single night. Endless projections to choose from. Create your own experience. So download the Underdog Fantasy app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, you'll get a mystery special pick to use in your first pick'em entry. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo UnderdogFantasy.com.
Hey, it's Jim Rome, and it's great to be back in San Antonio. Join me weekdays at noon on my new home, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Thanks, Jim. He'll be here at noon as the jungle wakes up. This is the Morning Huddle. We're sitting out at the Golf Club of Texas, facing westerly. Won't see the sun rise, though we are in the darkness. We are playing golf today. We can't wait to see you. Shotguns at 9. We'll have some tacos here by the time you get going. Swag bags for all, and a fun time as this place is starting to get busy.
It is. It's no sign of the sun yet. That's just because we're saving it for everybody so far. I would say if you are coming out, just maybe throw on a half zip. You know what I mean? It's just a little cool. I think once you get out on the course, your body will warm you up. But some pants, some long socks, and a half zip, maybe a beanie.
Dude, you're a Valley boy.
I'm just saying.
You're coming north up here.
Well, you got long hair. I mean, your ears are protected.
Yeah, the problem with hair like this is I don't normally wear baseball caps. It's a job.
Do you call all caps baseball caps?
Yes.
You reckon that's
not all caps? It's a baseball cap. There are other caps. It's driving caps.
What's a driving cap?
The derbies, the little, the brim like.
That's a hat. It's not a driving cap.
No, it's known as a driving cap.
No, the only types of caps are caps, baseball caps, and night caps. That's it. Snow caps is a fourth.
What the hell are you talking about?
You don't know what snow caps are?
The candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's lots of hats and caps.
No, but they don't all need derivations in terms of names.
So what's the difference between a cowboy hat and a derby?
Well, they're hats. You can throw them all into the same umbrella.
Hat, and I'm in Texas, and I put on a derby.
All about efficiency. And if you're specifying everything like that when you speak, I think about the seconds I could save you.
And anything below like 60, you think you need to have a beanie on. See, that's another version of it.
I also have really short hair. That's part of the problem.
Yes.
Okay.
It is. I find it problematic.
Wow.
The owner of the Dallas Cowboys spoke this week, and my father and I bring it up a lot. Always talk the axiom, better to be thought a fool than speak and prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Did he prove it? Or, there's a couple things going on. There's a meme, and then there's the talk about Dak. You can say things over and over, and now I think most Cowboy fans are not listening to what you say. We're just waiting for you to do something.
On the subject of doing something, you mentioned what he said about Dak. It was what he said about Tyron that I also found to be highly annoying. So Jerry came out and said that the Cowboys could not risk Tyron hitting the contract incentives in the deal that the New York Jets gave him for fear of taking up more of their precious salary cap space. There's Gollum, and then there's the Cowboys, who are, equally obsessed with their respective things. But that's just flat out wrong. I mean, we all have access to this information. This is just laziness. They just if you don't want to keep Tyron and you want to move on, I disagree with that, but be straight up with it.
I think that's it, though. I think we all know why they did it. He's just trying to pretty up a situation he didn't want to make look ugly. It was goodbye, Tyron. That was the plan from the get-go.
Nobody's that dumb, though. You can't lie to people like this. And nobody's going to fall for it. I mean, people are going to fall for it, but they're the silly ones. They're the ones Rob wants to pop with his paintball gun on his drives. And so, yeah, I mean, they have nothing to show for their work so far this offseason. Nothing. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy the way they're going about this, but here they sit. It's March 25th, and they have one new player.
It was the NFL owners' meetings over the weekend. This was a quote from Jerry. I think there are a handful or more of quarterbacks playing who haven't won a Super Bowl that will win a Super Bowl. I think Dak is one of them. I'm fine there. He's one of the ones who can. Dak, who has 2 career playoff wins and has never made it to a divisional round in the past, is going into the final year of his contract, and we all have talked about the salary cap and the number, whether he extends them or not, the value of getting him extended just to get a little bit of room underneath the cap, which seems an absolute necessity. But you can say it. Why don't you do it? And I know it takes 2 to tango.
That's the question. I mean, and by the way, saying that quote puts the pressure on Dak to win the Super Bowl, right? That's what they're doing. They're giving you your name. They're giving you somebody to blame. They're pointing the finger in a different direction instead of themselves. Dak's the one who can win a Super Bowl. Why can't you help him? Why can't you put players around him? Why can't you offer him his deal and salary and all these other players and whoever? Why didn't you do that several months ago? Why are we at the owners meetings in March and you still haven't done anything? Do you think adding Eric Kendricks solves all these problems? No. I mean, it's insane. They are undeniably, they are objectively worse on paper. But
so on the social media is the picture you showed me earlier, the meme of him with a pad in front of him. It was just a bunch of scribbles, not doodles, just kind of scribbles. Where did that come from? Where was he?
He was being interviewed by members of the local media in the lobby, just kind of,
So this is the lobby of the owners' meeting.
Right.
And he's just sitting in front of a bunch of people and just kind of talking and scribbling as it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the context of what's floating around. Nothing too humiliating.
Yeah,
he sum up kind of the way that the offseason looks.
He wasn't like, this is the, this is the plan. You want to see my blueprints for the offseason? I mean, like, look, I will go at the Cowboys for a lot of things, but, and I understand, meme culture and stuff, and I'm all for a good joke, but the idea that this was like legitimately Jerry presenting notes is a little silly. So people can slow down with that, but it's the longer they wait, the more leverage they give Dak, the more leverage they give CD, the more leverage they give Micah. I mean, they're just dragging their feet, and they're, again, trying to push false narratives like relative to Tyron. He also mentioned that he believes they're better at defending the run already with what they've done this offseason. And let me remind you that what they've done is seen Leighton Vander Esch retire, let Jonathan Hankins leave, and let all sorts of other defenders leave. And yes, they did add Eric Kendricks, but they're down all sorts of bodies. They're going to have to rely on a lot of young players, most of whom are unproven on their roster.
I will not argue completely with that, because he was talking about picking up a middle linebacker, but Hankins leaving, that hurt. Other guys, maybe, but that one hurt. They're arguably worse everywhere with no money to spend as we continue closer and closer to the draft.
They have money to spend. They can find the money. Don't push their false narrative for them.
Well,
they can create that money, but they are so lazy that they want to convince everybody that they're stuck. And that's why Dak has to be selfless, and Dak has to take less, and CD has to take less, because the poor Cowboys, the most valuable sports franchise in the world that has amassed all this wealth, they can't find the liquidation to go out and spend this money on something.
Well, it might be raining on the Star, but it's going to break here. We're getting ready to play some golf. Come out with a sunny disposition as the shotgun gets going about 9. We're live till 10 on the patio out here at Golf Club of Texas. Come out and see us and bring tacos. I'm hungry. Coming back, let's look around this beautiful golf course. And, hey, Carlos Sainz and Ferrari stands atop the podium. Other weekend happenings as the ladies tournament begins, and the party is just beginning as Iowa continues and Caitlin becomes even bigger than she was. We're talking more college hoops and looking around the weekend. Coming up next, this is the Morning Huddle, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nothing beats March Madness. The pure sound of a swish, the rattle of a slam dunk, the fans on their feet for the big moments. And the action just keeps getting better until a national champion is crowned. Hear all the action with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's and women's tournaments right here
on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and San Antonio's ESPN 1250.
If you've been thinking about buying a new car or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Or if you're looking for an import, we have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. Or for your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price, in-store or online at Ancira.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get to Twin Peaks for their beer-battered fish and chips. This beer-battered cod is served with house-made tartar, malt vinegar, and french fries, and score them along with a 22-ounce Miller Lite or Coors Light for just $12. That's every Friday through Easter. Twin Peaks!
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hey, Mark, remember, getting help from Progressive is so easy. You can use the mobile app, chat with us online, or call us.
And you pick now to tell me.
I couldn't miss little Grace's ballet recital. Oh, thanks for inviting me, by the way.
Did I?
Because you know I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I can use the mobile app if I need help. Sorry, you're in my wife's seat, though.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go anyway. Tell Grace she nailed her chassé.
Get the help you need from Progressive with our mobile app, online chat, or over the phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
Howdy, San Antonio. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're locked on the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, it's the Morning Huddle. He's RJ, I'm Rob. I hope you're watching us live on our YouTube feed. Go there directly. It is our Blair Witch Trial edition. As we're sitting out on the patio of the Golf Club of Texas, by our math, we are 37 minutes away from sunrise, sitting out on the patio. It's a beautiful morning, wondering where the moon is. I can tell you this. It's not raining no more. It's starting to dry out. It's going to be a beautiful day. Come out and have some fun with us. We're playing golf all day long. Thank you, Ensira and Flight by Yingling, all of which helped us put on this fantastic party. 90 Proof is hosting our post as the Blitz will be broadcasting there from 2 until they pour them out. It's going to be a fun day. Come out. If you didn't get a chance to sign up, I know we sold out early. It doesn't mean you can't come out. I mean, the bar will be open, and we'll have stuff. So you can kind of hang out here. You planning on hanging here for a little bit today?
That is the plan.
Yes, me too. Sun's gonna rise.
That's a great Citizen Code song.
I feel like I have to
be honest.
I need. Let's just gather around. I want to.
Okay.
No. I have watched more basketball over the last 4 days than it's been a couple years. I really have watched a lot of hoops over the last couple of days, and the advent of the app that you could just take with your phone with you wherever. Means I was in the car yesterday.
Oh yeah, I got
4 hours, and I had the games on.
Well,
why can't I put my TV on my car screen?
I think the answer to that is pretty obvious. Don't you?
Well, I'm a responsible driver.
You have no zaps.
I would be able to carry the paintball gun.
Well, also, and I say this, with no obvious bias, radio is an important medium. So when you're driving, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I had to do.
Right.
So I didn't.
You heard the constantly.
My whole goal was to be home in time for the Aggie tip, so I got to watch that. But I was on our app feed on the way to and from.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I did. How are your brackets? I'm proud of mine. We're going to talk about the tournament in general. The Aggies,
the fire emoji.
Texas did not acquit themselves well, though they did get a win. Kinda. No, they did not. Rough weekend for all of the SEC for the most part. The Big 12 acquitted themselves. Yeah, not really.
Iowa State.
They look good. Houston might be the odds-on. Big Shed favorite.
No.
Think he'd look good in a Spurs uniform?
Oh, dude.
I think he looks like...
give him one. Take it from Wemby. Give it to him.
He earned it last night. Hey, in the 7 o'clock hour as the sun rises, we're talking Spurs just around the corner. Yeah, they welcomed in the Suns, and the Suns were happy to stay. They get them again tonight. We're talking about it next. Silverback live from the patio of the Golf Club of Texas.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Aggies.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
When it's time for the March Mania brackets, the bus wide open. As I was saying, it's mad. The mania of March at BetUS.com is all about those buzzer beat bonus offers. And when the madness starts and Cinderella man steps onto the BetUS always has your back with back-to-back 125% sign-up bonuses on your first 3 deposits and even 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS.com Sportsbook and Casino, where the game... Join today. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
We're in the studio right now with Jose from the Gomez Law Firm. Online client reviews and testimonials are incredibly important. Joe Gomez Law is the leader when it comes to 5-star reviews.
We encourage people to go online and look at our reviews. There's a lot of attorneys that might not want you to do that, but we encourage you to do that because we want to make sure that you feel comfortable choosing the right attorney. And we assure you, you go to Google and look up our reviews, you're going to be satisfied. I mean, we have almost 1,000 reviews and we're very highly rated.
If anyone from San Antonio or even anyone from Texas is looking for a trusted attorney, the Gomez Law Firm is for you.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law Fights.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Center.
The NCAA tournament has reached its Sweet 16 stage, and it is top heavy. If you picked your favorites, your bracket might be looking good. Marquette took down Colorado. Duke covered over James Madison. Clemson waved goodbye to the Baylor Bears. Alabama took care of the Lopes of Grand Canyon. UConn put Northwestern out, in San Diego State took down Yale in the big game. Houston beat A&M.
Wembenyama three, good! Goes behind the back here. Oh! Little sidestep and a jam by Wembenyama.
This is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. With Rob Thompson and the managing editor of Blogging the Boys, RJ Ochoa. Now, here's Rob and RJ.
Hey, gather around. We got a bunch to talk about. It's the Morning Huddle here on San Antonio Sports Star. Let me get my camera up. I want you to make sure you're looking to your right on the viewing screen. You'll see a dark screen that would be RJ Ochoa, but his light is out. I'm Rob Thompson, sitting in the on the porch here at the Golf Club of Texas. Come out for our annual spring fling. We call it our classic golf club. We're going to have a putting contest getting started in just a second. We got Flight by Yingling.
8 o'clock.
Oh, it'll be going at 8. I said that just a second of radio parlance. That's an hour from now. Sun up at about 7:30. You got to be able to see the ball, right? Flight by Yingling is here. Renee Aguilar setting up all the stuff. And when, they show up, swag's here. We got this awesome Kanga cooler and a putting contest that will get started at 8. Come out. See, that's reason to get here early.
Are you going to participate?
If I'm allowed to. And they bring if I'm allowed to use my special left-handed Billy Baruch putter, my persimmon putter.
So if it was a matter of, okay, if you make this putt, you win the cooler. If you miss, you don't get to eat today. Well, are you that confident?
I am so confident that I would achieve that I'm going to eat now.
Okay.
I'm going to eat my honey bun. Well, check this out. A worthy reason to get here early, and another reason to watch us live. This is the cooler you'll be putting for. Well, it won't be this one because this is going to be in my car by the time you get here. But one I'm sure that we can find and mail to you at some point in the future. Look a lot like the one I have the next time you see me, the Flight. But no, you'll be putting for this awesome Kanga Flight by Yingling cooler that will hold an easy 6-pack
easily
of your favorite drinks. For me, it would be a ranch water.
Oh, well.
I'm watching my girlish figure out on the
Rob is exploring every crevice of this.
It's really nice. One other reason to come out here early. Putting contest gets going at 8 o'clock. It is tourney time as a time for our spring golf classic. You could win all kinds of money on a hole-in-one. You could be going to the big game. There's stuff to be won, stuff to do, swag to be had, and honey buns to be eaten if you get out here on time.
Yeah, it seems like the first bite you had has really gone to your head. You are juiced.
I needed a little bit of sugar. And, RJ told me that he's too good for a honey bun.
Those were your words, not mine.
Honey buns. So what did you say?
You said, do you want one? I said, no.
No, you cast dispersions on the honey bun.
Well, congratulations. The San Antonio Spurs casted dispersions over all of us.
Don't change the subject. Just see, Wemby needs to eat a honey bun.
Oh, dude, Wemby needs like a case. Like, we got to fill this Kanga cooler up with honey buns and take it and deliver it to Wemby because he got worked. I mean, everybody got worked.
They lost by like 30, right? What was the final?
I think the final deficit was 31, maybe or 29. But it was almost 40 at one point in time. I mean, it was down bad upon being down bad. It was a good time. It was so down bad that Suns fans in the building were chanting IT because they wanted to see Isaiah Thomas.
So it wasn't Spurs fans; it was Suns fans.
There was a throng of Suns fans, and just the loudest chant I'd heard in that building in some time for Isaiah Thomas,
who didn't get in, by the way.
He did not.
He's by the way, the Isaiah Thomas, not the original, the second one, just signed a 10-dayer with the Phoenix Suns, and what has been a remarkable comeback effort. He's about 40.
Right.
He's really, that's pretty impressive. The Spurs weren't. Your first opportunity to see Wemby live and in person.
It was super awesome, super cool. There's nothing like him. He's great. It is a little bit of a matter of I'm getting frustrated just a teeny bit with, okay, dude, maybe don't try to cross these dudes up. You know, maybe you're inviting these turnovers. Maybe it is a you problem on some level. Maybe let's be a little bit more careful here. So it was maybe Yama for me, you know what I mean, in some respects. But it was also a matter of like, man, you guys are just no match. Like, you do not have anywhere near the firepower to hold Devin Booker or Kevin Durant. I mean, this is a man amongst boys kind of thing. Like, it looked so casual it looked so bad that they almost felt bad. They almost were like, guys, you know, yeah,
this is getting embarrassing.
Really, I mean, this is your home crowd. You know, nobody wants to be done like this. You know, let's throw some white flags up and get out of here. Go get an early dinner.
Thoughts on that tandem of Beal and Booker, and along with, of course, Durant. But you know, Beal is the wild card here, and I know that Phoenix is turning toward the playoffs, and certainly if they can find their depth, they're gonna be a scary team if they can find it. But they're running out of time.
I don't really believe in Phoenix in the West.
Yeah.
And they feel like they have a lower ceiling than anybody else, and that's okay. And they're obviously all in right now, but it's hard to count them out. I mean, it's also hard to take what happened on Saturday night and what could happen tonight, you know, and say like that's who they are. Because I think this was a matter of like, you've got a really good team, however limited you may or may not think the Suns are, and you've got a really bad team. So it's not a proper glimpse as to who Phoenix truly totally is, because San Antonio is just that bad.
So Wemby, what are we at? 62 games now? 61?
We're past 61.
So 62 headed into 60.
We're right there, and I think
he's right there too.
Saturday that's the thing. He looks so tired.
Yes,
I mean, Saturday was fun, but Saturday was kind of like, you know, I'm good. You know, like you wanna go on ice, man? I'm good.
And I know that it was your first time to see him. 13, 5, and 4, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block shot in just 21 minutes. It was their third straight loss and 8th in 10 games. Keldon offered 14 in the loss. They allowed Phoenix to shoot nearly 60% from the field. It was their 8th straight win over San Antonio. It's been a couple years since we've taken care of Phoenix, and Saturday night was so bad. You know, the Spurs were looking a little tired, and Wemby certainly did. A day off. They get him again. I don't know what the future holds. I wouldn't even be surprised if Wemby set this one out.
Remember when it felt like 20 points was just such an easy work for him? You know what I mean? Like, it felt like, oh, man, this dude just can fall out of bed and score 20. I mean, 13 points.
Well, I think the loss to Houston,
and not to chastise him. He said right before, my job is to score baskets. Okay, Ben. Well, you know, that's not happening.
You know, I think there's so much being taken out of him on the defensive side of the ball, because it's kind of like when the NFL realized the way to attack Micah is not to run from him, but run directly at him.
Right.
And I think the NBA realized the way to attack Wemby is just attack him all night. Get him tired, get him out, and get him in foul trouble. And I think when the Spurs played Houston and Sanguin went for 45, I think we were willing to forgive Embiid getting it. That's MVP stuff.
Right.
We're willing to forgive Jokic and other
Giannis
and other guys getting buckets on him, because those are MVPs. That's what they do. But when Sanguin got 45, I think the rest of the league turned and looked at that and said, the book is out. This is what we do. And that's been pretty consistent since then. He has been the focus of the defense. They're not letting him out of their sight. They're attacking him with the ball, and he he's wearing down. It's just that in combination with 65. And this is new. The rule in the NBA is not new, but it's new to him. Is your little guys can foul big guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rule.
You've been on this.
Yeah, you're allowed to foul. Watch Wemby. He just gets battered and beaten. He really, if he got every call, he would take 20 free throws. He would be shooting Wilt level free throws, just because little guys are allowed to foul big guys without too many ramifications. And he does get hammered. Now he brings a lot of it on himself. He's dribbling into crowds. He's getting beaten up because he's dribbling places he probably shouldn't go. But he's worn down.
everything that he's doing offensively right now is a reaction to something else. Like you said, it's almost like the game reaches a point where he feels pressure, so he tries to drive and then he can't, and then he gets worn down, and so he just tries to just drain threes, and at that point he's so tired. And at that point, it's just it's a lower percentage thing in general. And then they're not falling, and then the deficit grows even more, and then you're getting attacked more and more on defense. It's kind of a negative self-fulfilling prophecy, and so it's you would think that it'd be easier to get a bigger chunk of 106 points, but it wasn't a great game for him.
Well, I'm starting to watch this, and I'm realizing more and more that, for me at least, I've been thinking the next step for the Spurs is a veteran scorer, a veteran leader, Trey, whoever it might be. Go get a veteran superstar and fill that position other than his. But in the draft, the more I look at the way they're playing, I firmly believe they need a big.
Oh, no, Rob.
He is not ever going to be anything
on
offense other than a small forward. That's what he believes he's going to be. I know he's going to put on some weight and not be quite that size. I think he needs some protection. I really do. I think finding a true five, an old school big, and there's a lot of those guys around, might be the answer to what he's dealing with right now, because he's dealing with switches on offense and he's dealing with switches on defense. And I think the battering rams, the bigs that he's being forced to guard, are taking it out of him offensively, and I think that would free him to get some buckets. That's just how I'm seeing this season wind down. I don't know what the structure of this season was for, but if this was all a learning year, what I have learned is no matter how much I want him to be a 7-5 post with do some Embiid-esque things, or at least some Giannis things, he's even not that. He is a small forward at best, who feels much more comfortable 12 to 15 feet away from the basket facing it. And when that's the position he wants to play, I think we have to accept the fact that even though he's 7'5", we don't have a starting NBA center.
Well, we do but he has to be delegated there. You know what I'm saying? And he can't be a starting center and a starting point guard at the same time. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get exhausted. Anybody would get exhausted. And so I hesitate to go down the path that you're considering this. Oh, let's go ahead and do it, because the moment you do that, the moment you take his greatest asset is as a defender. It's not as a scorer. And so you don't need to go get a big.
See, I think his greatest asset is going to end up being buckets. And while you're right, I think that the way the path to the Spurs' quickest success is Wemby buckets in the paint and Wemby blocks. That's the quickest way to getting good for the team. The quickest way for him to become the superstar is to let him be what he wants to be. And that's the small forward, getting the ball on the wing, taking the jump shot, being getting the hockey assist or getting an assist when he is, and all of what he has been doing. It seems that's the way Pop and the Brain Trust are heading that way anyway. And it's altering my thoughts on the draft, guys that they should be looking at. It's altering my perception of what free agency should look like, because while I like the idea of Trae Young and that's the superstar, I think some of this money might be better spent on a big man to protect Wemby instead of getting him the ball in the right place.
I would much rather live in a world where there's a different offensive facilitator and even primary scorer like Trae Young or whatever, and Wemby dominates on defense. That's where the majority of his energy goes, because there's not a player in the NBA that can impact anything more than Wemby can impact defensively. You have to live in the eye of that storm.
As we have been going through the eye of the storm, have you noticed that Jason and Joe are here? The Blitz is here.
Jason's wearing shorts and no jacket.
See, you're a Valley guy, though. Although the next couple guys coming up, they're fully.
I don't know why you keep saying this. It's a little brisk.
It is.
There's a jacket required right now,
and Minix is going to freeze.
Joe had a jacket to my point, so
they're here. You should be too. It is a golf tournament day here on San Antonio Sports Stars. We're sitting out on the patio talking silver and black. Come see us. Food is imminent. I got a honey bun. In fact, I have a honey bun in a package. The first.
Well, you have one for Wemby because he needs them.
Comes by and says, that's another thing. I bet, and we don't have any confirmation, I bet he has lost probably 5 to 10 pounds this season. He's looking thinner and thinner and thinner.
Mm-hmm. That's not hard to believe. I mean, he's exhausted, right? I mean, he's just incredibly worn down, and he's lighter. He can't withstand this from a physical level. Something has to give. I don't agree with your line of thought here, but I do agree that you can't do this again. You know what I'm saying? You either have to commit to getting another big, somebody else to absorb all the wear and tear this is going to offer and liberate him from all that. But you have to consider that isn't going to, push other NBA teams away from attacking Wemby. I mean, they're still going to go at him, and they're still going to wear him down no matter what.
They will, but if they're having to go at him defensively, we've got a big that can go defend that big, that he's having to take the elbows in the chest and square up and do the things that really kind of wear you down. It will protect him. But yes, I would continue to go at him. I think that's going to be the book from here on out.
So either that's got to happen. You've got to go get another big and free Wemby in that way, or you have to, I wouldn't even say double down, because it's not necessarily what they've been doing, because they've just kind of been, like you said, it's been a learning year, it's been an information gathering year, whatever. But so you either have to get him help, or you have to decide he's going to be that big. He's going to be the guy who has to bulk up. He's going to have to be the guy who puts on enough weight to be able to go to fight every night, because he doesn't have that in him right now. And that's just the physics of it all.
And the youth of it all, too. As the season winds down, here's where the Spurs sit. They're 5-19 in back-to-backs, and they're 2-10 in the second game of
Let's go.
And this is kind of a back-to-back, now without a real one, but this is the modern NBA back-to-back. The Phoenix Suns and the Spurs will be going at it again tonight. Tip at 7 o'clock. I'm sure the Blitz will be getting ready as they sit at the 90-proof post-golf tournament. It's going to be a beautiful day out here at the Golf Club of Texas. I'm glad you guys took the day off and are come play with us. The sun will be breaking through. The tournament gets going right at 9 o'clock. There's a putting contest that Flight by Yingling will get started at 8 o'clock, and the opportunity to win this fabulous Kanga cooler, suitable for your family and friends. And, check it out how this opens up at the top, so you don't even have to open up the bag once you've got it closed. Tell me that's not awesome.
Yeah, that is sick. And it's magnetic, too, so you don't have to, it's not like Velcro or anything like that. You can get wet. You're all good.
This is the putting contest, and this is just the beginning of what's going to be a great day. What are your thoughts on the Spurs? Is it time for Wemby to hang them up and head to Paris and prep for the Olympic Games and the demands that's going to put on him? We'll continue talking Spurs all day long, but as we sit, it is tourney time, and it is top heavy. We'll look at the favorites as we head into the Sweet 16. Her name is Caitlin, and she matters. We'll talk about what Iowa did and look around the women's league as I look at the NCAA women's bracket. It looks like the dawn of a brand new era. We're going to call it the South Carolina Staley era as they remain on the charge. A college basketball coming your direction, and we're talking about it next. You're on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. You know, the tourney time is here. I hope you're taking advantage at BetUS.com, using those funds on that first deposit to go out and win some money. The favorites are progressing, and my favorite book is BetUS.com. In fact, it's the only book I've ever endorsed here on San Antonio Sports Star. You may ask, why over all these years? Why would you stay with a book like that? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, I trust them absolutely. Every time I've won, I've been paid on time. They're great and friendly. The website is easy to maneuver, and when I joined, I got a bonus deposit. You have the opportunity to get 3 of them. How about up to 125% on your first deposit just for going to BetUS.com? It's easy. Call them right now, 1-800-MyBetUS, or go to BetUS.com. Either way, call them, and your first 3 deposits, you can get up to 125%. Don't forget about your bet insurance. You got 10% on that, and if you're bringing crypto, oh my goodness. And while you're there, check out the casino. Not only do they have the live action, they got the teasers, they got the props, but they got the casino too. That is BetUS.com. Go there right now. Give them a call at 1-800-MyBetUS, but call them. 125% bonus. It's unprecedented. Take advantage today. I'm serious, guys. This is a great opportunity to play with some free money. Call them today and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th
national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four. One winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
Nigel, what's up with your hair?
Joel, prices are insane these days. I'm cutting my own hair.
Folks, nobody likes paying high prices. Good news, for a limited time, all quarter moon 14-seer AC systems up to 3 tons are installed in your house for only $69.99. Now is the ideal time to take care of your home at the lowest price of the year.
Joel, I like saving money. I'm an influencer. Everywhere I go, people hand me change and say, bless your heart.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number M16004. DACLA 000743455.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, boss. What's got you so down today?
We just lost another customer to Diamonds Direct. Guy's been with us for years. Went over there and, well, now he's in love with those people. I don't know what they do.
Want me to go secret shop Diamonds Direct again, sir?
Remind me what we learned the last time you did that.
Well, you know, they're really good, sir. They got like 10 times the selection we have. They have those top designers that we're not allowed to carry. They're telling people the inside secrets on how to buy diamonds. They give free service on stuff like cleaning and sizing, the things you charge extra for. And they're nice people. Everybody's smiling over there.
Okay, stop. I know. It's impossible to compete with Diamonds Direct. I mean, even my accountant just upgraded his wife's engagement ring there and got her a 3-carat.
Wait a minute. I thought your brother was your accountant.
He is.
Are you getting all you deserve from your jeweler? You might be surprised. Maybe it's time to get the value, the selection, the quality, the education, and the service you deserve at Diamonds Direct. Get details, showroom hours, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
When was the last time you went to the dentist? Need a new dentist? Hi, Jason Minix here. Go see my dentist at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces. Smile Structure can handle all your dentistry needs, from general dentistry to oral surgery, orthodontics for the kids, or Invisalign for adults. Mention this ad, get a free exam and x-rays. Veteran owned with 5 San Antonio area locations. Learn more and book an appointment online at smilestructure.com. That's smilestructure.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Reinagle here. It is golf tournament day, and that's always a big day for us here at San Antonio Sports Star. In fact, the Blitz. We're going to be live at 90 Proof Bar and Grill. It's right there at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90 after the golf tournament. Come on out and see us. Even if you didn't play golf, you're welcome to show up and have some fun with us. We're going to talk about the NCAA tournament. How's your bracket? We're going to redo all of ours. Yeah, we need to do that. We'll do that. Plus, we'll get you ready for the San Antonio Spurs. They play tonight. It's all happening on the Blitz beginning at 2 o'clock. Fellas, I hope you had a great weekend. Hey, it's the Morning Huddle.
The sun is up. It's going to be a beautiful day out here at the Golf Club of Texas. You know why? Because RJ Ochoa is sitting right beside me. You should come out and see him. If you'll come out and say hello, not only will you see RJ Ochoa, I got a honey bun in a package right here. Just say, come on, honey bun, it's time for the morning cuddle. And somebody might get the honey bun kiss of a lifetime. This is honey bun glazed. It's made by Duchess, and it's the finest that Golf Club of Texas has to offer.
Well, I got to say, these are transformative honey buns because before you ate one, you were kind of grumpy and grouchy.
I told you, I'm a creature of structure. I'm like a 5-year-old. If I get out of routine, I get fussy. And I had not had my breakfast, so I start to get a little fussy. And the sugar bomb that is a glazed honey bun gave me a little bit of pepper, a little bit of vim as we got going this morning. I got up. I'll be honest. I was a little worried about the weather, but it has broken fantastically.
It is a wonderful morning, and people are rolling in with the sticks in hand. You should judge everybody's outfit, I think.
Yeah, I'm an outfit judge, and you're not golf attired today.
I have shorts underneath, but I brought these sweatpants.
Those are just regular old sweats. Those aren't golf sweats.
I know. I brought them just in case it was a little bit chilly, and it is. So I've got them on. We're seated under a table, so thanks for ruining the mirage.
Respect to the blazer, it's like a quilted jacket with the logo of SB Nation blogging the boys. It's fancy. It's nice.
Yeah, my favorite.
Is that a one-off? Is there? Could our listeners get one of those if they wanted one?
It's only for the editor-in-chief.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So it is a one-off. It's a boss's jacket, a suit.
Yeah, basically.
You look good in it. You want to see it?
I look good in everything. To be honest.
No, you really don't. This is the Morning Huddle. He's RJ. I'm Rob.
Rob, sunlight is such a weird thing because I feel like the sun just broke and now all of a sudden everything is really bright. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it isn't gradually getting brighter. It's just now everything's bright.
It's morning and then it's day, just like that. And the kids at the bus stop,
wow,
it got a little bit better for them because that's really all we're about is the kids and the troops moms.
And the dogs
and the
insects.
Well, we could do without those. I already had my first official mosquito bite of the spring season in San Antonio. It's here if you haven't already gotten one.
Well, okay.
How's your bracket?
It's okay. I think my bracket's average. Your bracket, let's hear about it because Rob has
I'm kicking some booty.
The fire emoji next to his name.
I do. I'm trying to find it. Where is my fire?
Over here, right here, this section right now, down there, right there.
And I gotta
go.
This one.
Actually, let me do this because you're just really bad at this.
But I only missed one yesterday. Baylor losing to Clemson. But my emoji, Mambo Kings 945s. I'm not in first place on our morning huddle bracket.
Holy crap!
But I had a good day yesterday.
Rob's got lotto numbers for everybody.
No kidding. Holy cow! I'm sitting in the 88.1th percentile. That's point first. Although I'm not in first place, I rank 3,182,106th.
Good job.
In this grand big world of ours. It's top heavy. And if you're a favorite type, I'm sure if you went and look at your brackets when you got to work today, Marge from accounting, who just picked favorites, is in first place. It's always like that. Jenkins down there, who hadn't watched a game all season long, is going to take the bracket challenge because all they did was pick the lower seeds. And they were correct in doing so. It's been the first time in a while that we have a legitimate Sweet 16 with teams that not only got hot in the tournament, but teams that won their conference, played well in their tournament, or heated up in their tournament at the right time out of a Power Five, and we get a clash of true titans. It's not who's that school and what a great story. It's everybody needed to be here, worked to be here, and belongs here coming in.
Every single 1 seed, every single 2 seed made it. All the blue bloods relative to the tournament, except for Kentucky, but even they had a bit of fraudulence around them, as we discussed, obviously, after they lost to Oakland on Thursday night. Beyond all of that, name the blue blood, name the contender that has kind of struggled. I mean, Houston had a weird 5 minutes at the end of the game last night that made things more stressful than they had to be against the Aggies. But other than that, Purdue has rolled. UConn has rolled. North Carolina has rolled. I suppose Marquette also had a flight too close to the sun, but ultimately prevailed. I mean, everybody for the most part is crushing people or winning rather comfortably, which suggests the next round should be a little bit more interesting.
Even while San Diego State isn't considered a blue blood, they're a return team from the Final Four.
Right.
Kawhi went there. That is a good basketball team, solid as they represent the West. We come into the Sweet 16 weekend. Remember, there has been no team that has won a championship any further west than Wake Up.
Since 1997?
Since Arizona did it way back when.
Well, Arizona's in the mix.
They look good, too.
Wow. If you could repick your winner, if you could right now, would you swap UConn out for anybody?
Did you hear Joe earlier? They're redrafting, they're repicking.
I know. Well, they're losers that can't stick by their decisions initially. They're bandwagoners. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking of Joe and Jason have an eraser in their golf cart. If you're redrafting, those are the guys that got an eraser in their pocket.
Those are the guys who are like, you had a 4.
No, wait, you had a 4. I had a 3.
Yeah,
hold on for sure. Oh, wait, you had a 3. I doubled on that one. That was good. You can't redraft though. If you were to redraft right now, who would be your number 1 seed?
Purdue.
Boy,
I wish I'd picked them. I picked UConn, and I'm okay with it. But if I could do it over, I'd pick Purdue.
There's something about them that still scares me. Of all the favorites, they're the scariest one because they are prone to droughts. But Edey single-handedly dispatched Utah State. I think the best team I've seen, the best game I've seen played was Iowa State in the first round. That was the best game I saw. I think Tennessee looked the most impressive in the first round. UConn is a juggernaut, and there's something about Marquette.
Marquette is the least stable to me.
Oh, I agree.
I don't want to bet on Marquette.
There's something about that point guard, and there's something about that team that they feel like they're headed to the Final Four. It feels like this is a Shaka team that just has enough dudes to get them there just through grit. A lot like Houston. Houston, there's more grit on that. They're the toughest team I've seen in a couple of years.
Are you rooting for NC State?
Well, they're an easy route just because they're a good story, but no.
I love the stories. We all love the stories. We all fall for the stories. We jumped all over Gulke on Thursday night, but there are no stories like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There are no Cinderella, can't believe this is happening to us type things going on right now. This is all just like, okay, pick the bandwagon. You know what I mean? Because that's who they all are at this point.
Marquette looks like they've got the run with North Carolina State. I think that the Purdue-Gonzaga game, it could be a tough one for Purdue. Gonzaga moves the ball well. Creighton, Tennessee, battle of the bigs here. The Creighton big and the Tennessee big, I think that's going to be the deciding factor on that. We're going to be a good Thursday and Friday. How are your brackets? Hopefully you're headed towards some kind of title. If you don't win the million, I don't think there's a couple of perfect brackets floating around out there, but not many.
I'm pretty certain they're all done. I think
there's nothing left.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain.
The Baylor thing ended it all for most, I think.
That really ended Joe Reinegel's, apparently life on Sunday. He was very upset about that. But yeah, I think we're all done. There are several that are prominent and several that are really accurate. Yourself included, but I don't think that there are any that are completely accurate at this point in time.
I want to give some flowers to our let's see here, to our TMH ESPN bracket. See who is leading that one. It is Joe's Toe Bracket Hump Day. Has a total points of 520, a max of 1760, with U of H winning it all. Second is EJ's picks, EJAO, the first. He sits with UConn winning it all in second. And then third, Arizona pick by DA 86ers ESPN picks 1. That would be third place, just ahead of me. I sit in fourth with a couple of others who.
There's something to, and I think that this is more representative of the blue bloodness of anything. I mean, I don't know how many groups you're in or how many bracket challenges or whatever, but I feel like most people's champ is still alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that really speaks to how all the favorites or the top dogs are doing really well. Like, who's maybe somebody who took Baylor, somebody who took Kentucky, foolishly. You know what I mean? That's it. Like, if I can't think of another would-be champ that was chosen that already has somebody knocked out in that sense.
We had this talk on Friday after Kentucky went down.
When you defended John Calipari and everybody laughed at you.
Well, I do think that we're seeing what we were talking about debating carry through this weekend. That while the teams that recruit great are a lot of fun to watch during the regular season. We get to see future pros, who's going to be on my team. They make for great tournaments over Thanksgiving and Christmas, where we get to see all these young superstars in fantastic environments in Hawaii and Bermuda and all these
cool
wild
courts,
tournaments. And all these wild courts. So we get to see the future of the NBA. But college basketball is regulated by 5 games in March. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. When you sum up college basketball coaches and programs, how do you do in March? And to make the tournament the viewing thing that it is, you need clashes. You need superstars. Upsets are fun. Vegas loves an upset. Everybody loves those things. But when we get to Final Four, when we get to Sweet 16, we want we want Duke. We want North Carolina. We want Purdue. We want the big-time schools playing big-time basketball with big-time guys. But the thing about these big-time schools is now the champions, the big teams, the good teams, they're not chasing the dudes we want to see in the regular season.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
I would take it one step further. When we talked about Kentucky on Friday, I noted that the internet got its moment, right? Like the internet got to laugh and point its finger. Like that's when an upset is really fun, right? Like because it checked all the boxes. It was like Oakland, where's
right.
like nobody had ever heard of it, and it came at the expense of somebody that nobody likes. You know what I mean? So like it was really satisfying. But to your point, if UConn were to fall, we'd all be like, oh man, like that kind of stinks. You know what I mean? Or if Purdue were to fall, I guess at this point we'd be of the mindset of, okay, well maybe that's kind of inevitable, certainly. But you're right. Like at the end of the day, we all want to come to the restaurant that we know and love and order the food that we know is going to be great.
And look at the teams that are there. Everybody who is leading the best teams are juniors, seniors, 5th-year seniors, 6th-year seniors. There's not a bunch of kids running around now. This is the adult table, and that's how they've gotten this far. We're seeing a fundamental shift in college basketball, and teams are choosing, do I want top-level 5 stars, and, I'll play craps, and hopefully I won't crap out this season like Calipari, and hopefully I can get them together, or
J-Rad agrees.
I'm going to chase the 3 and 4 star and keep them around for 3 or 4 years, and those are the guys that are playing now. Look, Purdue with Edey, 5th-year guy. Look at Houston, Shed, 4th-year guy, and most impressive guy in the draft, Marquette, senior heavy.
San Diego State,
senior heavy. All of these teams have older dudes. It's better. This is the way it feels like this is how college basketball is going to be for a minute, and I think this is far better than what it's been. Caitlin Clark on Saturday, right about 2:00.
That's where 2 is in your mind. Okay.
Well, it was about 2:40. That was the tip for the Iowa first game of the tournament.
That was not a game. That was
it was a smoke session. I wonder what the switchover rate was. I wonder how many viewers the men's side lost off ESPN or TBS and TNT when they popped over to ESPN to see the Iowa game, because I left. I had to go see the beginning. The intro was worth. I felt like I was watching history. And they look good. Although South Carolina, I heard this morning someone mention, I wish I could give her credit, that, women's basketball, much like men's, can be segmented into eras. And, in women's basketball, there's the Tennessee era and then the UConn era. LSU had a little run. Baylor had their run.
The Brittany Griner era, yeah.
And now it appears we're entering the South Carolina era, as they were national titles last year, first round overall pick, number 1's coming and going. They're undefeated yet again, and they look like they're going to get it, and they're chock full of talent that is going to last them for several more years. It looks like we're at the beginning of something unique, although Caitlin's so good, man. It'll be a worth watch as they get going again. What is it, tomorrow?
I believe so. Yeah. By the way, you glossed over A&M's national title in 2011.
Well, yeah, yes, but I don't think the Aggie was an era. I think they got it right in the mix of the Gino, the Auriemma era.
It was in the weird, kind of hiccup of their era, and right before the Brittany Griner era at Baylor. It was like the perfect time to go get one. Everybody has one of those, and so the game is college basketball landscape is in such a wonderful place all the way around. I know we were kind of all wondering what the men's tournament would bring this year, but it's checked every box. It's been really satisfying. And like we've been saying, I do think having all these classic teams available throughout the Sweet 16 and beyond is only going to help things feel more like they used to be, which is ultimately what a lot of people want in situations like this.
The golf tournament went off this weekend as we're getting closer and closer to the Valero Texas Open, just a couple of weeks away.
We'll be there.
We will be sitting live on the golf course, much like we are today, as we're out at the Golf Club of Texas. The driving range is starting to fill up. Get here early. If you're playing, we know we got the shotgun at 9, but there's a putting contest that gets going at 8 o'clock. Flight by Yingling's out here. If you get here early and get involved, get your, you got to buy your mulligans. You got to do your stuff, your due diligence as you come out here. Come out and putt away for this. If you're watching us live,
because it can be an investment in that.
Oh, it is an investment. This is a Kanga cooler that has this. I'm going to be the spokesman. You can just dig right in there. See, look at that. See,
well, be careful because you've been eating a honey bun all morning. We don't want that.
No, I still have one in the package. Come by and say howdy. Anybody coming over? The first one that gets here, I still have it. A honey bun, though. Now the price might have gone up. It will be a hello, a hug, and a cup of coffee.
How about also a jump into each other? You know what I'm saying?
Like a chest bump?
Like
just made a 3?
Like the side, like you're running, like they've announced like Rob Thompson, and you run out on the court and you jump up into your teammate.
That would be all right. That would be all right. Although I think that we should have like the ceremonial handshake, like we were being introed, like when we.
You have like the custom with everybody. Yeah, exactly.
Do the whatever our personal thing is. Right. Coming back, not only are we continuing to talk tourney, how do your brackets look? We are in the midst of the offseason that will never end for San Antonio Spurs fans. We're going to look at that. Our Cowboy fan, excuse me. We're talking Cowboys just after 8 o'clock. Jerry spoke about his quarterback and the long-term commitment that he wants to make. And also, we saw where his mind is as we looked at a piece of paper in the middle of a presser, and his doodles might have told us a story. We'll look at the Cowboys as the free agency continues. The tournament, the brackets are not broken as it's been top-heavy. And the Spurs, well, they didn't break any hearts, continued the losing run. They went down to Phoenix the other night. Pretty difficult night on Saturday. Is Wemby winding down? And is it time to put him on the shelf? Not a stellar performance, though efficient. He shot well. He just didn't shoot enough. I only played 20 minutes in the Spurs 30-point loss, and we're talking about it next. Coming around the corner, we're looking at the golf course of Texas and Golf Club of Texas, the tourney today, and looking forward to a Spurs game as they're taking on Phoenix Suns in one of those weird back-to-backs. Can they come back and get back on the snide before they leave the long homestand they're on? We're talking NBA next. This is the Morning Huddle, and you are on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nothing beats March Madness. The pure sound of a swish, the rattle of a slam dunk, the fans on their feet for the big moments. And the action just keeps getting better until a national champion is crowned. Hear all the action with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's and women's tournaments right here
on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and San Antonio's ESPN 1250.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Puro San Antonio football is back at the Alamo Dome. Join the herd and watch your Brahmas in the best seats at the best prices. Single, season, and group tickets are available now. Don't miss any Brahmas action this season, led by legendary head coach Wade Phillips. The Brahmas kick off the season March 31st against the DC Defenders in the Alamo Dome. Let's pack the Dome. Experience the excitement. Head to theufl.com to buy your Brahmas tickets today. That's theufl.com. Vamos Brahmas!
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first occurred in nations versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Head over to Hulu this March, where our new shows and movies will keep you streaming all month long. Catch the acclaimed movie All of Us Strangers, starring Paul Mescal and Andrew Scott. Stream the new Hulu original limited series We Were the Lucky Ones with Joey King and Logan Lerman. And don't forget about Grey's Anatomy. Every Grey's episode ever is now streaming on Hulu. So, what are you waiting for? Go stream something new on Hulu.
Ulta Beauty's semi-annual beauty event is happening now. Unleash your love for beauty with 50% off daily beauty steals on hair, skin, makeup, and fragrance. Shop your favorite brands like Tarte and Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. Plus, grab perfect hair care pairs from brands like Redken and Olaplex. And check out new arrivals from brands like Charlotte Tilbury and Dyson. Shop the Ulta Beauty semi-annual beauty event online, in-store, or try pickup today. Now through March 28th. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Ball forward, take your base. The only thing worse than a pitcher running out of gas on the mound is your old phone running out of storage for your photos in the stands. Goodbye, home run! Switch to Verizon and get a great deal on a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage for all the ballpark pics you want. Just trade in your iPhone, any model, in any condition, so you'll feel like you're winning, even when your team's not. Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a great deal on iPhone 15 Pro with unlimited Ultimate and get iPad and Apple Watch SE with eligible service plan. Only on Verizon.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
94.1. You're riding with Rob and RJ. This is the Morning Huddle.
It is the Morning Huddle. He's RJ. I'm Rob. Thanks for joining us on a good old Monday morning. It doesn't get any better than this as we sit on the patio of the Golf Club of Texas overlooking the bar. The driving range in full effect as our golfers arriving. Shotgun start at 9 o'clock. I can see some blue sky as a little drizzle wink. All it did is soften up those greens today, baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict the winning score comes in at 60.
60?
I'll say 60.
So 12 under?
I'll say 12, maybe 55, 57, 58. Because we're supplying every golf court with an eraser.
Right.
To get so you can do the things appropriately.
So you're just saying integrity is absent around these parts today.
When have you ever played in a scramble like this where integrity was first and foremost on the line?
Well, definitely not when I've ever been with you all. But Yeah,
because we have none either here or anywhere else.
That's true.
No, I
spoken like a rafter
but,
in their bracket.
Yeah, if you're a redrafter, I got a problem with you. Although I get it, I get the redraft, but basically the redraft for most of us would be kind of like where we are now. If you're happy, you probably took the favorites, took the higher seeds all the way through. I don't know what the standard is, but this is as power heavy Sweet 16 as we've had in years. Every number one, all but one number two. The lowest seed that's there is what, a 6?
No, NC State's an 11.
Yeah, they kind of blast. But everybody else other than that is a 6 or above. All the ones, 3 of the 2s. It is the battle that we were hoping. It's kind of like we won the lottery.
A little bit.
Oh, we got what is $1 billion tomorrow? You seen that?
Well, you're gonna win it,
dude. When was the last time you bought a lottery ticket?
I don't know.
The last time I'm buying one today.
One? Just one?
Well, I don't know how. See, there's a lingo to it that I get it down when it gets big and then I forget it. But I order them. You're supposed to go in. I want 5 all the way.
Okay.
And that ends up being like $15, right? It turns out to like $3. See, I one time I got the lottery ticket. I didn't win, but I didn't order it right. And I didn't get the thing that would have gotten me the multiplier. So I think somebody in California actually got all the numbers right on the last drawing, but didn't get the Powerball, the multiplier ball. Either didn't buy it or didn't get it right. So instead of winning like nearly $1 billion, the poor suckers only won $760,000.
Does Joe have a kilt on?
I don't know what Joe's wearing. His Flight by Yingling towel that he obviously stole from the putting contest as he runs to his car.
What is he planning on needing that for in that specific location?
Yeah, I don't know what he's. There's something going on.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people carry a handkerchief in their pocket, but that handkerchief is
that's not a good look. It looks like he's serving, is what he looks like.
That's a great call, yeah. Or like he's cooking and he's got the towel in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? And he's walking back and forth to do this and that and the other. So
it just dawned on me. I did not wear my logoed apparel today.
No,
I do not have my Sports Star gear on. I put on my Aggie gear in prep for a win that did not happen.
Now it's in mourning.
Yeah, that one didn't go well at all.
Wow.
What was the best game you've seen?
Maybe that one. I mean,
the last night was phenomenal.
That had a lot of tension, and it was.
Was it a good game?
It was a great finish, and that sometimes overlooks the fact that it wasn't a great game
because it wasn't a well played game. It was a heavily foul laden.
There were a lot of fouls, and it wasn't as close as the final moments would have you believe. If you caught the game late, you were busy, whatever, and you turned it on with 5 minutes left, you're like, this must have been awesome. And it really wasn't that great the entire time. It was a comfortable win, more comfortable win than I think most people would have you believe. But, the favorite one.
You have who do you have winning it all?
I have UConn.
If you had to redraft it, would you change your?
I'm not a believer in that, but if I could, I would switch to Purdue.
Would you switch to Purdue?
Yeah.
I have UConn beating Purdue in the finals. I think I would stick with that. Although if I had to redraft, I might look at Houston to win it all. I wouldn't change anybody but other than to Houston just because looking at the breakdown, it looks like UNH.
I don't know, man. They played down to A&M and they had the foul issues. I mean, and you can argue that was or wasn't accurate or fair or whatever, but they've stumbled more than the other top tier contenders.
Well, I will agree with that. They got beat by Iowa State in their conference playoffs. Didn't look good at all. But what I saw yesterday was a battle of two teams that knew each other. I mean, these are Texas homeboys. They played each other an awful lot over the years. Played a real close one back in December. They took care of A&M. I love that guard tandem, and the tourney is won by experienced guards. We said it before. We'll continue to say it the 8 o'clock hour. We'll probably say it again. Coming back, Jerry spoke and proved it. Dak might actually get a deal. And what's with all the scribbles? We'll look around free agency specifically to the Cowboys. Continue talking Spurs. Can they get the Suns tonight? That's coming up.
This is the Morning Huddle with Robin RJ. Morning 6 to 10, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
At BetUS.com, why do we care about a college basketball tournament every March? Where bets mean everything? Because it's March Mania, where glory triumphs and anything can happen, where underdogs can make or break our hearts. Because it's March Mania, where brackets are broken and buzzers are beaten. And there's always been a sportsbook there for you and your best buds. Because it's March Mania. BetUS has been with you through 30 marches together. And like any good six-man, we've always had your back. And because it's March, BetUS.com is matching the mania with a mad offer. Back to back 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And the extra confidence that comes from a 10% gambler's insurance. Because anything can happen during March Mania. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins. Get started today.
In Dare County, 1 in 3 people have low access to healthy food since they live 1 mile or more from a grocery store. The City of San Antonio Healthy Corner Stores are helping to change that. With more than 45 member Healthy Corner Store locations, fresh fruits and vegetables are now within reach at your neighborhood store. And all Healthy Corner Stores accept SNAP benefits. For more information, visit sanantonio.gov/Healthy Corner Stores. Remember, visit sanantonio.gov/Healthy Corner Stores.
When it comes to beautiful lawns, nothing cuts like a Gravely zero-turn mower. And there's nothing like Gravely's Mow the Distance sales event starting Wednesday. Save up to 25% with special financing available only at your local Gravely dealer.
Did you know that your overall health is impacted by the condition of your teeth? Hi, I'm Dr. Andrew Mueller, Chief Oral Surgeon at Doctor's Implants.
I was diagnosed with periodontal disease.
I definitely avoided tubes.
At Doctor's Implants, we understand the importance of having a healthy smile. Replacing your failing or missing teeth with full mouth dental implants can be a great way to improve your health.
The 6-Hour Smile is a permanent full mouth teeth replacement. Your new smile will be custom designed to fit your face and lifestyle and will look and function just like regular teeth. You won't need to remove them from your mouth overnight, and you won't need adhesive to keep them in place. Eat freely and smile confidently again. Research them at doctorsimplants.com. Receive a complimentary doctor's consultation and CT scan when you call 210-640-0000. Again, that's 210-640-0000.
Home of the 6-Hour Smile.
If you're a pro and flooring is your game, we'll help you win it. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. You want decor? Try. You want plumbing? LL Flooring has been helping pros knock it out of the park for over 30 years. Visit one of our 400 nationwide warehouses for one-on-one service, extensive inventory, and exclusive pro pricing. Get the pro treatment you deserve. Enroll today, online or in-store. LL Flooring, every step covered.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new oil for my truck. Really, I need a new truck.
Mobile One is giving away a 2024 Chevy Colorado ZR2. When you pick up 5 quarts of Mobile One full synthetic with an STP extended life oil filter for $35.99, you're entered for a chance to win.
Whoa.
Other prizes include a year's supply of Mobile One or a $100 gift card.
Never been so excited for an oil change.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
No purchase necessary. Terms at AutoZone.com. Ends 5/27/24.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
94.1 FM. San Antonio's Sports Center.
In college basketball, the tournament is continuing as we've reached our Sweet 16. The Aggies won't go. They lost to Houston. Neither will Texas as Tennessee took them down. But we do have Houston headed that direction. The tournament begins anew on Thursday. The 16 begin.
How good do you want to be? From play one to the last play, we fighting. Today's about opportunity and character. We got a chance to come out here and play football. It's a blessing. Hey, every season is full of defining moments. Let's make this day a defining moment for us in our quest. Let's go, baby.
This is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star with Rob Thompson and the managing editor of Blogging the Boys, RJ Ochoa. Now, here are the guys.
We are. Let's gather around. There's a whole bunch to talk about as this is the Morning Huddle here on San Antonio Sports Star. First 2 hours in the books. If you missed any of it, shame on you. Set an alarm next time. You can go to sasportstar.com, watch us live, or check us out live there. That's our audio podcast brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. We're out for our golf tournament. It's the first one of the year, our spring classic at the Golf Club of Texas. Our first time out here officially for the tournament, though I've played several rounds out here before. The course is in great shape. The sun is up. I see blue sky. It's going to be a phenomenal morning. Come out, get here early. Shotgun starts at 9. If you've already signed yourself up, we want to see you soon. We've got a putting contest that's going on right now, Flight by Yingling. They got a couple of coolers they're giving away. These are awesome. It's a Kanga cooler. Just go win your putt. It's about a 30-foot putt. The greens are nice and soft. You can grab yourself a cold flight while you're there and get some koozies and maybe win yourself an awesome Kanga cooler with, if you're watching us live. Look, check this out. There is easy access to the top. You don't have to continually.
I feel like you overcomplicate it every time you prepare.
Every time I do it, it confuses me, but you can look right through there.
We went and looked at the putt during the break, and when they told us, it's a little putting contest, I was like, okay, this won't be that bad. No, it's
yes, darn it.
Yeah, this is it's a tough thing. And Rob was on the the and kind of looking at the breaks.
I had my stimp meter out.
Wow.
Do you carry a stimp meter?
I carry two.
Yeah, just in case the other one. And you have to have a stimp meter for the Western Hemisphere and the Eastern Hemisphere.
Exactly.
Because of neap tides and lunar pull.
Yeah.
Did you know there's going to be sun outages this week? Did you get that update?
The solar eclipse?
Yeah. No. This is not the solar eclipse. Evidently, there's been a solar flare of sorts that's gone off on the sun, and it's coming our direction. It's going to interfere with our radio broadcast here for the next, starting today.
Okay.
So if you hear some scrambled signals, it's the sun. It's not a scary movie or anything like that.
Wow.
Yeah, we made it. The Dallas Cowboys are a scary movie for those that are paying attention. Jerry spoke over the weekend. What are the owners gathered this weekend for? Well, why are they all together?
It's the annual league meeting, and they will vote on certain things. And more specifically, they'll discuss their revenue. How much money they made from television contracts. They'll congratulate each other. There'll be an applause in the room. All right, we're all even more rich than we thought. And they'll vote on. There's a proposal, on kickoffs.
Okay,
and things like that.
Let's talk about that. So rules changes. So the tush push ain't going nowhere.
It's surviving.
So I guess I'm happy about that.
I think it's stupid to be upset about.
Are they going to address fumbling out of the end zone?
No.
Okay. So of the two things that I care about, they're not going to do anything about. So what are they going to do to ruin this game?
There are things like roster exemptions or whatever. Like they still want to tinker with. I think the Bills are the team that wants to tinker with the emergency third quarterback rule. They want to. I
think that's it, right? There's no.
The other one is the kickoff. So let me find the specifics for you here because it is new. They've also every year there's also discussion about touching up the onside kick attempt. There are teams that want to do away with the actual onside attempt, and they want to go with a version of
the fourth and 19,
fourth and 15, whatever, and you throw it or something like that. So I'm pulling this up, but John Fossil is pushing the NFL. He's part of the people who are pushing the new kickoff specifically.
Well, thoughts on that? The onside kick is stupid and it's time to go. That is the one thing that I think could be addressed that we could fix that. I don't think anybody feels like the onside kick is anything but, I guess it should be next to impossible.
So this is on the onside kick?
Yeah, I think it should be difficult. But, when you combine with how difficult it truly is, along with the danger factor, it seems of all the things that the NFL could do to eliminate the injuries, this is the one thing where we would all go, okay, I'm down with that. The 4th and 19 is about as easy to go after as an onside kick, and it's not nearly as dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. I like the idea of drama, and I like the idea of specifying that you're going to do it, although I do love the onside by surprise. Obviously, one of the more famous moments in Super Bowl history was that Super Bowl 44. So you lose that, but you do obviously ensure the safety of people, which is the most important thing.
You don't have to lose it. You could only lose that in the last 2 minutes of the game or something like that.
The proposals have been that you can only do it like twice a game, the special onside thing. But here's the kickoff thing. So I wanted to make sure I had this correct because I knew it had an update. This was from Tom Pelissero yesterday. The competition committee met yesterday and unanimously approved, blah, blah. So touchbacks that go into the end zone on the fly come out to the 30-yard line rather than the 35.
Okay.
The change provides kicking teams a less punitive option if they don't want to take a chance on a long return. The adjusted rule proposal will be presented to owners for a possible vote Monday morning. So again, if a touchback goes into the end zone on the fly, the ball begins at the 30-yard line, not the 35.
I think I can agree with that. I think that, we're trying to get rid of the kickoff. I like watching kickers kick it out of the end zone just to make sure it's safe. So kick it out of the end zone, we'll put the ball in the 30. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I also like the directive of go kick the piss out of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I love. Maybe, maybe we give a point every time it goes through the crossbars.
Well, I don't know that you give a point,
Australian rules on this.
There should be an incentive of, if you go through the crossbar, maybe you start at the 28-yard line. Like you push it. No, I agree with that. Like there should be, if it's a skill, it should be rewarded with something.
And a strategic advantage by drafting a kicker with a cannon leg, that you go, it might not be all that accurate, but be worth a roster spot just because you could put your team back 5 yards every time he kicked it. I think those are the kind of outside the box thinking that the UFL would have.
Yeah, well, and so it incentivizes kicking teams to take it back. Because sometimes teams like to kick it shallow and entice returners to bring it out. And you still obviously could potentially live in that world. But, I mean, I like having the kickoff. It's a cool, game start moment, whatever. I don't want to lose the moment. But I like the poetry of the moment, but I don't actually need the moment.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Yeah, exactly. So, and I could only equate it to basketball. So, in basketball, you start the game with the tip. We all line up. We watch the tip. And basically, in the NBA, that's the last time you'll see it. There ain't no tips. Actually, more in the NBA than in college. And then in the second half, the guy that lost the tip just brings it in. You just bring the ball in on the outside. Let's get things going. And it hasn't affected the game at all. I am not upset that in the second half, there's not a tip, that I don't get a chance for another possession. Now, I know there's fewer possessions in the NFL, but I would have no problem if you lost the kick in the first half. Second half, you're just bringing the ball out on the 30. I mean, just bring it out. We'll save some time. Let's start.
So you're saying the kickoff only exists
in the first half?
Or just to start the game?
Just start the game.
Yeah.
And if I never saw another kickoff for the rest of the game, it wouldn't bother me. Just like I have not missed a tip.
Yeah.
A jump ball, unless it's a 7'5" dude against a 5'10" dude. And when I see that, do I even give a damn? All I care about the possession arrow. I don't need a jump.
So you're saying then you'd be fine with, say, it's Cowboys-Texans to start the game. Cowboys kick the ball off. It's Texans ball to
Texans
start.
Ball on the 30.
So you're saying Texans ball start the game. So you're saying they go to the lockers for halftime. They come out and Dallas just starts at the 30.
Yeah.
They don't even. We don't need the ceremony.
The kickoff. The only reason we have the kickoff now is so we can go to another break. That's the only reason that it exists. Is we all line up, we kick it off, and all right, let's go to break. So we can find another break spot in there. There's just really no reason for it. And if you're going to truly address all the injury stuff, you can find ways to address it that you can make the players happy, and the fans will go, well, I don't even miss it.
Right. But I do want the very first one, even if it's just booting it through the end zone.
The ceremonial, everybody lines up.
Exactly. Nobody touches it, but we need that moment where the tension's building and the game starts. I'm totally with you. I'm completely down with this. Rob has fixed football.
That's what I do. That's what I do, especially when I'm sitting in the great outdoors at the Golf Club of Texas. Hey, we're playing golf today. If you didn't sign up, it's your fault. We warned you that we were going to sell out. That doesn't mean you can't come out. Jason and Joe are wandering around. There's a putting contest going right now with cool swag to be won. And I noticed, RJ, that the coolers are good cold beverages for a Monday morning.
You noticed or you asked?
I just saw it. For not doing a lot this weekend, I drank a lot.
Well,
and it's one of those marathon basketball things that by the end of the day, it's just kind of a blur.
Are you saying that last night you kind of looked at your weekend of accomplishment? You said, this is a weird combination that I have.
Well, I'll tell you, Friday, I immediately went over to my brother's house. So I was there by 11:30
for the opening
for the
games on Friday. Okay,
and I didn't leave his house till midnight.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
the fact that you aren't sure suggests that it was way after that.
And then Saturday, I couldn't get off the couch because of Friday.
Right.
And then halfway through the day, I remembered why I couldn't get off the couch. So I thought I'd try it again and get it right.
Right.
And I didn't get it right.
Mm.
And then Saturday, I decided that, I'm not one to fight failure.
Mm-hmm.
And began the long process of preparing for this morning's golf.
Was there food involved?
I was a little bit. I didn't do any grilling this weekend. I didn't do like Joe. Joe put up on.
Oh, dude.
When Joe busts out the Traeger, and it's not often. See, Jason and I are regular users. Jason, if he goes a week and a half without a rib, he starts to have these like
shakes.
Yeah, he gets the shakes and starts jonesing for ribs. So Jason always does ribs and does them spectacularly well, though I did win the contest. That's a whole other story. But when Joe busts out the Traeger, it is prime rib or better. He starts at prime rib and works his way up. And man, oh man, did he do one this weekend.
The photos and videos he sent were divine.
He told me his recipe. He takes his Traeger and he jacks that thing up to 500 degrees for like an hour to crisp up the outside. And he puts a bark on his. It is a spectacular piece of meat, as is Joe, quite frankly, in a lot of ways.
That must be why he needs that towel that he's walking around with.
That's why he's walking around with a towel. Hey, the boys, the Blitz, they're going to Vegas this week. The Cirque's hosting the Sweet 16 party, and the Blitz will be broadcasting live on Thursday and Friday. And it's not too late for you guys to go. We worked a deal with the Circa there. That's the one that's downtown, the brand new biggest book I've seen in a long, long time. You can swim and go to that book. You can go inside. They know what they're doing. Greg Maddox is going to be there. I'll bet Carrot Top might even wander in. Last time we were in Vegas, we saw Carrot Top every time we turned around.
And was it Neil Diamond? Or who was the person that y'all freaked out about?
First of all, to confuse Neil Diamond with Mr. Wayne Newton is a crime.
The names are very similar to me.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Mr. Wayne Newton is here, was with us, and Joe met him. I got sideways with the golfers that are arriving right now. You know those guys?
That's my dad.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was wondering if you knew that. He was looking kind of funny at you.
Yeah.
He acted like you owed him money or something.
I definitely do.
That's what I thought. I'm like, this guy's coming to collect. You got to look out as everybody's here to play. Your dad reconned the course
yesterday. Yeah, played a practice round.
So should we put our money on his team?
Well, no, because he reconned it to play it in a way full of integrity. And he's swimming upstream here today.
Yeah, integrity. That's out the window. This is the Sports Stars tournament. Hey, come out. Everybody's getting here. Tacos, I hope, are imminent. First one to come by and say howdy, who is in fact hungry right now, and gives me the keyword of honey bun. We'll walk away with a Duchess version of the honey bun.
Is there a Duke?
Well, see, I don't think we're allowed to bring up royalty without saying we're sorry. Kate, we're sorry. We didn't know you're sick. We were just talking, Kate. We didn't know this is serious. We thought, sorry, Kate. We just thought you were just messing around. I'm sorry. The whole world's kind of like, oh. So, Kate, you're my honey bun in honor of you, and we're sorry. I'd like to say that again for all of America. We're sorry about that whole photo editing thing. Go back and do whatever you like. Put the pictures out. 6, 8 fingers. We don't care. We'll put it out. You can do it. We're sorry. Coming back, let's talk some of our tournament brackets. I'm not sorry on our tournament brackets. How are you doing? We're talking about what we've seen all weekend long. If you need to redraft, who would you take? How your bracket's looking and all that goes along with it. And we're glad you're with us. And if you're not with us, you can be with us. Come out to the Golf Club in Texas. We're broadcasting all afternoon as we're playing golf live. Thanks to Yingling, Flight by Yingling. Thanks to Anira. Thanks to y'all. We'll be right back. This is 94.1. You're on San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four. One winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
The good folks at Wendy's have a revolutionary new product for you. Introducing the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. It's like a time machine that takes you all the way back to now, the year 2024. It's the classic, creamy, orangey flavor you remember. Dare I say, it's new-timey. It's the flavor you grew up with, just all grown up. Head over to your local Wendy's establishment and get yours while supplies last. The new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. Here for the now, for now.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
When was the last time you went to the dentist? Need a new dentist? Hi, Jason Minix here. Go see my dentist at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces. Smile Structure can handle all your dentistry needs, from general dentistry to oral surgery, orthodontics for the kids, or Invisalign for adults. Mention this ad, get a free exam and x-rays. Veteran owned with 5 San Antonio area locations. Learn more and book an appointment online at smilestructure.com. That's smilestructure.com.
If you've been thinking about buying a new car or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Or if you're looking for an import, we have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. Or for your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price, in store or online at Ancira.com.
Dave Ramsey here for my friends over at Connecticut in San Antonio. Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy. So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it. It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association. The team at Connecticut San Antonio can test your water, install a system, and provide treatment, all without stepping a foot inside your home.
I'm Chris Canepa of Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try a Connecticut quality water softener for 90 days absolutely free. Call us at 656-PURE, that's 656-7873, or visit us on ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's go! Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Morning Huddle. You're on San Antonio Sports Star. Jason and Joe running around here as we're sitting out at the Golf Club of Texas. If you're curious where the Golf Club of Texas is, it's on the west side of town on Highway 90 headed toward Castroville, the part of town that is exploding. I hate people that say, I remember when this was just farmland. I remember when, there was nothing out here. When I was young, there was nothing out here. But, RJ, seriously, though, when I was young, there was nothing out here. But, in all seriousness, this was just
like for real,
not joking around.
Like when I was young. Yeah.
But there is almost no, growing up, if you're of any age in San Antonio, there was San Antonio and then there was Bernie. Now it's just San Antonio and Bernie. It's just it's all one thing. And then there was San Antonio New Braunfels, and now it's San Antonio New Braunfels. It's all one thing. And now it's San Antonio Castroville. It's just all one thing. We're just turning into that as we continue to grow. This is a beautiful course out in a place that maybe a lot of people don't head. That if you're looking to come out and spend a fantastic Monday, I saw mid to high 70s today, a breeze. You can smell the mountain laurel in the air.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day.
Do you feel one with nature?
I do. And now that I have a chorizo and egg taco with extraordinarily hot sauce.
That woke you up.
Woo! I will take the recommendation of the taco guy, but you might want to temper it with just a little bit. But the tacos are here. The putting game is going. Flight by Yingley's set up. They've been here all day. And they even have stuff to drink to stop by. So come by and say hello to Renee. If you're an Aggie and you come by and shake my hand, you get a honey bun and a taco. We'd like, and suddenly I'm in the mind for some fine meat from Tri-County Meat Market, which is where Joe went this weekend and put something on. How's your bracket?
Always like my meat big.
We don't. And if you want your meat big, you go to Tri-County Meat Market.
Bracket is okay. It's average, actually, is what I would say. Just kind of an average. I think I'm at in the 64th percentile, maybe.
Well, this is the smart guys' year. This is the year that the guys that watch college basketball and have been watching it during the regular season and really following the trends and really digging into their picks. This is the year we can walk down the hall. Or it's Jenkins down the hall who only pick favorites. It's one or the other because it's a top heavy year. We had the tournaments last week. 5 bids were stolen from teams that probably should have been by teams that got hot at the wrong time, and all those teams are gone. But North Carolina State. North Carolina State stole a bid from somebody by winning 5 straight games in 5 days for the ACC. Other than that, there's a bunch of teams that got in that shouldn't have been here. Utah State yesterday was a prime example. They didn't steal a game early, but they got pantsed yesterday. So 1s, 2s, 4s, and 6s, they're all there. Lowest seed left is North Carolina State, and they are 6. Is they the 6th seed or they
NC State's an 11th seed.
11th seed. That's it.
Yeah.
But they're an ACC school, which, by the way, the ACC has acquitted themselves as the king of the college basketball world with Clemson,
North
Carolina, and Duke, and North Carolina State. They are by far. We talked about, the conferences always kind of show themselves in the tournament. SEC would like to thank you for participating in this year's basketball world.
Even SEC of new. Texas bowing out rather early as well.
Texas gone, A&M gone, Auburn gone. We could keep going. South Carolina gone early, Mississippi State gone early.
Auburn, the SEC champions, by the way.
And in what was the most humiliating defeat of the weekend. Worse than Kentucky's. The Auburn beating was as embarrassing a fire drill at the end. Game when you got 5 guys on the court to close a game out, and 4 of them are screaming with their hands up for the ball, and only 1 is fighting for the ball on the ground. Kind of summed up what Auburn was.
I do think that we owe we were talking about how you should hand out lotto numbers because your bracket's doing so well.
It, man. Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're as good as Ernie Johnson, who joined us on the Huddle last week.
Well, joined you. I was under the gas.
The relative us.
Yes, us. The royal we.
The royal us. So when Ernie was talking, he said that he was kind of rooting for Yale to beat Auburn so he could give Chuck some grief. So look at that. I mean,
Oh, and was it not brilliant? Chuck smoking the cigar, it was ideal.
Yep.
They have saved the broadcast. I don't know what is going on with CBS. The CBS, everything about their panel in any professional sport is just they're boring. And you compare what CBS is putting together when they're all. And then you get the TNT crew, and they're trying to pepper them in. I think they realized after Thursday, we're going to have to put Ernie with these CBS clowns. These guys, I'd rather watch paint dry. I'd rather them just set a camera down at halftime, and I'll just watch the crowd. They offer me nothing. And even though Barkley doesn't know college basketball at all, but at least he's
hilarious.
But he's hilarious. And Kenny is smart. Kellogg knows college basketball, and Ernie is just brilliant.
Yeah, play-by-play stuff.
But you take any one of those 4 guys off and add any of the CBS guys on, and the show suddenly gets.
The CBS fourth wall was broken a bit last night during the Houston Aggie game. What with Jim Nantz sitting in the crowd.
It was weird, wasn't it?
Well, it was weird, and then it became like part of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand CBS that it's different for you. And these are Jim Nantz's Cougars and everything. And I find that to be an interesting plot line, don't get me wrong, but we don't need it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't have to be the first thing you cut to, right?
What's Jim think?
Yeah, exactly. Again, I understand the uniqueness and the coincidence of the situation, but maybe slow down just a little bit.
If you had to redraft, you comfortable with where you're sitting?
I think redrafting is a weird way to go about your NCAA and March Madness bracket. I think that only the Blitz boys have that level of public shame, publicly admitted shame. Redrafting your March Madness teams is a weird thing that only Joe Reinagle would do.
I think you should go publicly shame them today at 90 Proof. I think that when they're there, you should go shame them for bringing an eraser to the bracket.
Yeah, because the lack of integrity that you would have to redraft your bracket is a weird thing after the opening rounds of the tournament.
And the sad thing is, on the Morning Huddle bracket, you know who's leading the Morning Huddle bracket? It is, I don't know where Joe got it, but you're going to have to come and see his new toy. You know who's leading the morning bracket, the TMH bracket? Joe's toe bracket. Hump Day is first. Is that you? That's not you, is it? Somebody's a fan. They chose Houston to win it all.
Well, Joe's toe because of Jason. Jason's left toe, remember? Or left shoe.
Oh, that's what it is. Joe's toe bucket hump
We got
day.
Big Fudge and left shoe.
And somebody brought you a gift?
Oh, that's a hump day thing.
Let's see this thing. Oh, no, it makes noise. How do I make it make noise? Oh, wait. Oh, my God.
Wow. Well, thankfully it was that and not a toe.
Yeah, it could have been something entirely worse. I'm glad that could have gone south real quick. I'm glad. Hopefully Edwin was on the button. Hey, we're sitting out at the Golf Club of Texas on the west side of town, just off 90. Come out and see us. The tournament gets going here in about 30 minutes, but you don't have to be a player in the tournament to come to the putting contest.
Mm-mm.
You don't have to be a player in the tournament to come enjoy a fine taco, maybe a honey bun, and
win a cooler.
And win a cooler from Flight by Yingling. We want to thank Flight by Yingling and Insira and all of our whole sponsors who are going to be peppered out there all day long. For those of you who have never played in our tournament, shame on you if you didn't get signed up. We warned you. But the further you get away from the clubhouse, the more interesting the tournament begins. The further away, the more interesting it gets. The whole sponsors have a variety of fun things to do that kind of help you ease your way through 18 holes of rolling South Texas golf course. Kind of they'll hydrate you. They'll challenge you to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
They'll ask you to keep your phones.
It's like a season of Survivor.
It is much like that. It's the most dangerous race.
You wouldn't know, but I mean,
it's the dangerous Survivor race
mm-hmm.
and Big Brother all rolled into one if you can make it through. We do expect the winning team to come in at about 58 to 60. You go higher than or lower than that if you're a prize picking it. And I said 68.
Higher. I think we're in the 60s.
In the 60s.
Yeah. Comfortably in the 60s.
Hey, let's talk about the San Antonio Spurs while we pay our attention to the college world. And quite frankly, I think the Spurs might be younger than a couple of teams that are still playing right now. But that young team lost to the Phoenix Suns in what can only be described as an embarrassing loss. 30 points at home is no way to go through life, son. What are we looking at here? Spurs get another opportunity against KD, Devin, and what's that other guard that we never see but does play every now? Oh, John Wall, that guy. He had 13 points last on Saturday night. What will he do tonight? Let's look forward to the Spurs. Suns, can they get off the schneid? We're talking about it next. Sitting live at the Golf Club of Texas, we're playing golf. It is the Spring Golf Classic right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We'll be right back looking at them Spurs. But first, I want to talk to you about BetUS.com because now's the time to get involved with the only book that I have ever endorsed when I've been here at San Antonio Sports Star. That's BetUS.com. Why, you ask? Because I trust them. Been with them for years, knowing full well when I win, the money is there, and they've got everything I want to play. Not only the lives, they've got the live betting for you. They've got all the teasers and all the props you're chasing. If it's playing, you can lay money on it right there at 1-800-MyBet-US. If you'll call them right now, they're offering something unique in the industry, and that is 3 deposit matches in a row. Your first 3 deposits, they will match up to 125%. That is free money. What are you waiting on? And to go along with that, they got gambling insurance. Of course, they got your gambler's insurance. You like casino games, they've got that too, all rolled into one perfect website. That is BetUS.com. Call them right now. Go to BetUS.com. Get yourself signed up. If you're using crypto, up to 200%. That's their money for you to go play with. Go right now. That's BetUS.com. They've been going to the rack for many, many years, and I've been a part of it. Go with them right now. 1-800-MyBetUS, BetUS.com. Call them now, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is golf tournament day. And, of course, that means that The Blitz is going to be live out at 90 Proof Bar and Grill.
Of course, we're going to talk a lot about our great sold-out golf tournament there at the Golf Club of Texas and the shenanigans from the course. And because, all of our brackets are ugly by Monday afternoon, we're going to redo our brackets for Sweet 16 weekend, and we'll get ready for the Spurs game. The Blitz, Monday at 2, live from 90 Proof Bar and Grill, 90 and Lucky Ranch Road.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nigel, what's up with your hair?
Joel, prices are insane these days. I'm cutting my own hair.
Folks, nobody likes paying high prices. Good news, for a limited time, all Quarter Moon 14-SEER AC systems up to 3 tons are installed in your house for only $69.99. Now is the ideal time to take care of your home at the lowest price of the year.
Joel, I like saving money. I'm an influencer. Everywhere I go, people hand me change. and say, bless your heart.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat and AC. 210-651-5899. License number M16004. DACLA 000743445.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
At Target, count on our great deals just in time for Easter. Save $5 when you spend $30 on toys with Target Circle, so you can fill their baskets with fun, like cuddly stuffed animals or 50-piece sidewalk chalk, all from only $5. Add an Easter chocolate faves at BOGO 50% off, from Cadbury to Reese's mini eggs and more. And get great family picks with new Easter looks. It's easy with 20% off dresses, polos, and more. Hop in fast for our best Easter deals, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. I gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistent scent, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Psst. Hey, Mark, remember, getting help from Progressive is so easy. You can use the mobile app, chat with us online, or call us.
And you pick now to tell me.
I couldn't miss Little Grace's ballet recital. Oh, thanks for inviting me, by the way.
Did I?
Because you know I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I can use the mobile app if I need help. Sorry, you're in my wife's seat, though?
Oh, yeah, I gotta go anyway. Tell Grace she nailed her chassé.
Get the help you need from Progressive with our mobile app, online chat, or over the phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Good morning, everybody. Jason Minix here from the Blitz at 2 o'clock. We are going to be live at 90 Proof Bar and Grill, 90 and Lucky Ranch Road. It's our golf tournament after party, although you didn't have to play golf to come hang out with us out at 90 Proof. Of course, we'll talk a lot about our sold-out golf tournament. Plus, we're going to redo our brackets because, well, they're kind of ugly after the weekend that we had, and we'll get you ready for the Spurs game. RJ, man, those are some fancy golf shoes you have.
Those appear to be Adidas Stan Smiths, though they are pristine and white.
And they are pristine and white, like my level of integrity, because I'm somebody who would not redo my bracket.
We're with a crowd. We were laying the over, under, higher or lower, as it were, for the winner today. I came in, I'm thinking 60 to 62. We had one walk by and said 52, and he had a big one of those big Chief erasers.
Yeah.
So 52 is where we're sitting right now.
And he had like a 400-foot long putter. You know what I mean, to put in. That's a gimme. You know. So
if you do want, hey, buy your mulligans, come out and putt for show and for dough. They're giving away a Kanga Yingling Flight cooler, perfect for your court, perfect for your closet, and the area right behind the seat. Like when you're driving, the area right behind the passenger seat, so you can reach back and just flip open the top and dig in and get whatever you're chasing without having to unzip it all.
I don't know.
I very much appreciate that.
I don't know what vehicle you're talking about.
And I think somebody might have just won it.
Yeah.
As we had some cheers coming from the Yingling Golf Pavilion.
This would also fit very handily in a golf cart. I don't know if that's what you were talking about.
I think that too. That's what I meant. Behind any seat.
Well, you were talking like behind your car and whatever.
What's this bottom thing unzipped to?
There's
more to this thing than we even thought possible.
It's just a pocket. It's a front. Is it front pocket? That's all.
Am I getting in? Oh, we got a front pocket. All right, that's one of the reasons. Come out and play golf with us. Buy your mulligans. Get your tacos. We'll be here all day long. And then when we're done, we're going to 90 proof. First time I will have been there. It's 90 proof on Highway 90 and Lucky Road. I can't wait to be there. Come and see us. The party there gets going at 2:00. All of the faces and names coming from the radio station are coming by.
Mm-hmm,
Did you see Piloto just rode by with Ramon? When you see Piloto and Ramon together and Nick Trey, it's going to be a good day here as we're playing golf at the Golf Club of Texas. Spurs tipping tonight at 7. I hope this will be the last time we see Phoenix. It'll be our 4th time to play them. We beat them once.
Once upon a
long time ago, sometime way last year. We haven't beat them since. They beat us pretty good on Saturday. Now, that's the first time you've seen Wemby in person. First thoughts when you saw him walk out on the court.
He is very tall.
I mean,
you asked for the first thought.
Seriously, I mean, and that's kind of being facetious when you say that, but it is jaw-dropping the first time you see him.
He is extraordinarily tall. He's extraordinarily large, which is why I remain unconvinced by your persuasions to push me in the direction of the Spurs bringing in a new big. They have a big.
We are reaching the end. We had a winner. We lost it. I was hoping that
Nick came and took it.
Nick, we lost our White by Yingling bag. He's hitting the wall. Victor's tired.
That's fine.
But I'll tell you why he's hitting the wall. And the answer and the problem is not going to go away.
Okay.
The film is out on Victor, and until he proves otherwise, every time he walks on the court, no longer are the offenses trying to find a way to get around him or, circumvent the Wembiness on defense, the block shots, the passing lanes that he shuts down. They're going directly at him. They're attacking Wemby. Wherever he is, the offense is better when they're closer to him because they get into his chest and they're trying to pick up fouls and they're trying to eliminate the shot blocking from the weak side. And so what that does is put him in a usage rate, which is ridiculous. Not only is he the primary option on offense every time we're down, which he should be, but he's also the victim. Not the victim, that's not a good term, but the attack point of the offense. So both sides of the court, every minute he's on. And that is wearing him down. We only had, 20 minutes the other night, and it was efficient. I mean, it was like 4 or 5, but no free throws, only one block shot, and what was a tired performance from a guy who's hit the wall.
If you could only have him play one side of the ball, I know this is a dumb hypothetical question, but if you for whatever reason could only have him play on offense or on defense, where would it be?
I had a great coach that say, you rest on offense and you hustle on defense, and I'll stay there. Yes, the best effect for Wemby right now is his defense on the game. His thumbprint on the game, it changes it. And think about that. If he focused and gave us all the energy there, you start talking 6-8 block shots. You're starting to talk about rebounds that spark a fast break. He could do better and make this team better faster by playing extraordinary defense. And he has for the most part. But I will agree with you that his immediate greatness is on the defensive side of the floor.
I look at him like a spider web. On defense, he just casts this incredible maze that success has to pass through. It has to filter through it. And sometimes it's able to, but it's a difficult proposition. And without that spider web, without that filter, without that, thread that you have to needle, it becomes all the more easy. Whereas on offense, I mean, it isn't hard to score in today's NBA, and so I'm in no way trying to value or overlook Wemby's offensive contributions because they are vast and immense in and of themselves. But the path is of much less resistance towards finding another elite scoring option than it is another elite defensive option, especially in a world where you have to mitigate the insane scoring of today's NBA.
What I'm looking at is turnovers.
That's the other thing. Like when he's on offense, when he's a ball handler, he's kind of I wouldn't say a net negative. That's way too dramatic, but he is a potential negative and hazardous because of his propensity for turnovers.
That is the one thing about his game that has got to get fixed. I mean, if there's one surefire fix to the Spurs, if you want to add off the top, it's kind of like when you go to the doctor and the doctor says, if you'll just stop drinking beer, you don't have to change anything in your life. Just stop drinking the beer and you'll lose 5 pounds before the next time I see you just by doing that. If Victor just focused just a little bit on turnovers, I think there's 5 games to win. Just on that. You don't have to change strategy. You don't have to get any better in any other part of your game. Just stop turning the damn ball over 6 times a game. We will win 5 games in a season just by you doing that. So the elimination of the turnovers, given the position that he wants to play, gives the Spurs a very difficult decision to make. Because as we get closer and closer to the draft, the more I see this team, the more I think as much as we need shooting, and we need shooting, I think they need a starting center.
So
I think it's Wemby not as a C. He is an F, a forward. He is a 3. And let's allow him to be what he thinks he is and go do what he wants to do. And that's let him be that. If that's what this season was about, I think the priorities have changed, at least in my mind, for the position that is most required in the draft.
From a turnover standpoint, you were asking, in the month of March, let's just limit it to that, right? So, in order, 3 against the Pacers, 6 against the Rockets.
6.
And that was the full Rockets game. Didn't play against the Kings or the Warriors. Then had 3 against the Warriors, 2 against the Rockets. He had 4 against the Nuggets, 4 against the Nets in the win, mind you. And then the last 3 games, 5 against the Mavs, 7 against the Grizzlies, and 5 on Saturday night against the Suns. He's got 17 turnovers in his last 3 games. And do you know how many offensive rebounds he had on Saturday?
I don't even want to think.
What? Let me ask a different question. He should have at bare minimum how many offensive rebounds?
I think his game is predicated the way he plays. He's not going to have as many offensive as defense.
That's the problem, though. But I'm saying, like, you've got to live down there. You know what I'm saying? He had one offensive rebound. You know, like you want to. He said the other day, his job is to score baskets. You want to score baskets? By all means, putbacks. They have to be putback baskets. You have to be tipping these things in. You got to be around the rim constantly, because that's where the value can come on offense if you want to do that. You don't need to go find another big to be able to do those kinds of things. You have a dude who's 7'5".
By his performance, by his output, by his attitude, this season is winding down. We're either going to call it or he's going to have to take a week off. We're going to have to come up with some kind of injury because
about to
sleepwalking like Saturday night. And, you know, it's hard to argue. The efficiency was there. He got a double figures and could have had a double-double. I mean, pretty easily. And a triple-double is never far away. But it is time to kind of start winding this season down, as you could tell. But tonight, another matchup with KD, which is always fun to see. We'll see if they can come back off of what was probably just about their worst home performance of the year. And there's been a couple of them so far.
Thank them so much for doing that for me.
More Cowboy talk around the corner as Jerry scribbles and says he's going to do something, but we ain't watching what he says. We're watching what they're doing, and they're doing the opposite of what they're saying. Cowboys talk coming, but around the bend, we are live at the Golf Club of Texas. It is time for us to get the shotgun out and get everybody going here in about 12 minutes. Come out and join us. Tacos are here. The Clayers are here. You need to be here. You're on the Morning Huddle, and this is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, we're just about about 6 more minutes. My hours got confused. Sun's up. I didn't know the sun would be up. I owe more time, RJ. You took your headset off, and we still have 6 more minutes of it's 8 o'clock. It's not 7 o'clock. I was thinking it was the 7 o'clock hour. It's not. It's 8 o'clock.
I thought you were telling me something personally.
No,
it was a reference.
No, see, Edwin, as I was going to break, said, Edwin, don't go. He was telling me, Rob, don't go. It's not 7. It's 8. See, I'm not used to being outside during this time frame. I thought that the sun came up at like 7:15.
Okay,
so I was led to believe that the sun rose when we changed the clocks, that we got more sun at night and more sun in the morning, and the world would be perfect.
So I don't know why you thought this, by the way. This is a good time
I'm always in the glass box of fun. For the last 3 years, I haven't seen I'm like a vampire. I've not seen a sunrise.
So like this is so what I thought. I took my headset off because Rob threw the break, and I thought Rob was telling me something personally about what we were talking about an hour and a half ago. And what that was Rob said he didn't understand the way springing forward worked. He was confused why it was darker in the morning for longer, even though it's lighter in the evening for longer. It's the same amount of sunlight. We're just shifting when we're experiencing it as a society. Okay. So I thought that was why I was confused when Rob was talking to me.
The sun was coming up at like 6:15 and we sprung forward, and now it was coming up at like 6:59 or something like that. It was still, I was just worried about the kids. I didn't know the kids were standing in the darkness right now. I honestly thought the sun came up earlier than it did,
but
I didn't know it was dark.
But you also knew that the sun would be up longer than it was. So did you think we just like?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I thought that that the government just found an hour of sunlight.
That we control the sun
somehow. That through I don't know, space lasers had figured out to add another hour of sunlight.
Okay.
And I know that there are in fact space lasers.
Okay.
They cause forest fires.
I will say I'm kind of with you on this general premise, because it feels like when we shift, it's really dark early on, and then it kind of gradually adjusts. But that's my other question on this. I know that there's been discussion about this. I thought we were done with this. I thought we passed a law or a bill or something.
See, there's two things that are never going to go away that we're always going to talk about.
Okay.
One is this: we're never going to fix this for whatever reason. We can't.
Does this need to be fixed?
Well, yeah, we need to find. We need to be on this one, whatever this one is.
This is daylight savings.
Are we on savings or regular?
We're on daylight savings.
So daylight savings should be the regular one. This should be how we do it all the time.
Okay.
Just always do it, and it's never going away. We're always going to be changing and we're always going to have to get our car inspected. They keep telling us that we're not going to have to change our clock.
We're getting rid of the
and we're never going to have to go get our car inspected.
Right.
But they're never going to go away.
Right.
And people go, why not? Well, I don't know. There's no real reason. It's just we're going to have to change our clocks, and we're every year going to have some teenager look at our car and tell us it's roadworthy. And I have to have some 12-year-old guy walk out and look at my car and take money and say, "Oh yeah, it looks safe."
So tap the brakes for me.
You tap. Blinker works, and they're not even. They're not paying any attention. And this fool, this
wow, now this person's a fool.
Oh, they're
a
fool.
This one's really far, really
my
fast.
Tires.
Okay.
And said, you know what? That doesn't look safe. And and with it. Just an intent to buy tires. Oh, you sell tires, do you? Oh, I'm so glad I came to this spot because, you stuck the penny in the tread and you can't see Abe's head. You're going to have to $200. Forgive me. That's never actually happened.
Man, you got really bitter.
I got real specific, didn't I?
This time clock really woke up something in you.
There are two things in this world that are never going away. No matter how 100% of the people go, no, we got to fix this. But it'll never go away.
The cavemen were getting their cars inspected.
They were getting their cars. Well, they had to get their dinosaurs inspected. And look what happened to them. And we're never going to stop changing our clocks. Even though we all go, this is stupid.
I don't mind it. I like it. It calibrates me for the season. You know what I'm saying? We spring forward and it feels like spring. We fall back and all of a sudden it feels like fall.
Well, you spring forward, you lose the sunlight in the morning, and you feel like you've been jet lagged for a week.
Okay, let me paint you a little picture here, Rob. All right. Do you want kids trick-or-treating at your door till 9 p.m.?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Nobody wants that. That's why we fall back.
See, the late night, it separates the players from the wannabes.
So you're a player when it comes to Halloween?
I want the late night Halloween dudes that are just in like a white T-shirt. That you can just tell like they just changed shirts. And
that dude who owns a referee shirt.
Yeah, that guy just showed up. You're like, dude, you were just here. The late night guys, I want those guys coming back. So that should never change, and I think we should have an extra hour of. I think we should
imagine a World Series game where there's daylight. That would be stupid.
We don't want to see daylight baseball.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like it's the fall. Like we're supposed to fall back. It's part of the vibe. You're not a real vibes guy.
No, I just want more sleep or consistent.
The sleep is the same.
No, it is not. I'm just now back. The last 2 weeks, I've been in this bubble of jet lag, and I woke up this morning. Maybe it's because of the tournament, or maybe I don't know what. Maybe it's me finding finally finding out what it's like early in the morning. But
Maybe
I'm
finally
back.
understanding daylight savings too, that it's darker or longer now, so it's lighter longer.
I'm having some FOMO as I sit out here.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I'm missing out on the tournament. More than that, I'm missing out on Vegas this weekend. I'm not going. I wish I was, but the Blitz is going. And how many people have we run into that are going?
Like 16.
If you want to go with the Blitz boys to Vegas, go to SA Sports Star right now. They're going to be broadcasting from that brand new Circa for a couple of days. And you can go. You can remember the term Minix20. It gets you 20% off the rooms. That's Circa in Vegas. Get yourself signed up. Hey, coming back, we're playing golf. I don't know what we're talking about. Oh, yeah, it's the tournament. My brackets are great.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Head of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
When it's time for the March Mania brackets to bust wide open. As I was saying, it's mad. The Mania of March at BetUS.com is all about those buzzer beat bonus offers. And when the madness starts and Cinderella man steps onto the BetUS always has your back with back-to-back 125% sign-up bonuses on your first 3 deposits and even 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS.com Sportsbook and Casino, where the game... Join today. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins.
San Antonians love a good party, and the Valero Texas Open is one you don't want to miss. Enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. So buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 4th through the 7th.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Dave Ramsey here from my friends over at Connecticut in San Antonio. Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy. So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it. It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association. The team at Connecticut San Antonio can test your water, install a system, and provide treatment all without stepping a foot inside your home.
I'm Chris Canepa of Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try a Connecticut quality water softener for 90 days absolutely free. Call us at 656-PURE, that's 656-7873, or visit us on ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Let's listen in on a modern-day marriage proposal. The players lift their smartphones. The young man pledges his true love to the woman of his dreams. She accepts. They exchange kissing emojis. There are some hearts. Very nice. Well, look at this. He's putting his phone down. I don't believe it. He's got a box from Diamonds Direct. Well, now she puts her phone down. Oh, unbelievable. That, folks, shows how special a diamond from Diamonds Direct is. 2 people have put their phones down. He slips the Diamonds Direct diamond on her finger. She kisses him. Human contact, ladies and gentlemen. Who knew a Diamonds Direct diamond was capable of revolutionizing the virtual universe? And look at this. Her phone is ringing and she's still looking at her Diamonds Direct diamond. Oh, what's next? Tweets from actual birds? Amazing things really do happen when you give her a diamond from Diamonds Direct. Come in today and see how we can help you download real emotion. Details, store hours, and more at diamondsdirect.com. Your love, our passion.
94.1 FM. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The NCAA tournament's down to its Sweet 16 after a weekend of favorites winning. The Aggies go down in overtime to Houston. Texas lost to Tennessee in what was a complete beating. The tournament begins again on Thursday. Spurs tip tonight at 7 o'clock, hoping to take Phoenix down for their last meeting of the season.
Wemby, goes behind the back here. Oh, little sidestep and a jam by Wemby. Drive. Oh, it's knocked away by Wemby.
This is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. With Rob Thompson and the managing editor of Blogging the Boys, RJ Ochoa. Now, here's Rob and RJ.
Hey, gather around. We got something to talk about. It is the Morning Huddle as we sit comfortably on the patio of the Golf Club of Texas, and the parade is passing by the shotgun of who they're taking out. We are in the beginning of the spring golf classic, as we are having the first time out here at Golf Club of Texas. It's out off Highway 90, headed west in between San Antonio and beautiful Castroville, Texas. Beautiful course, going to be a beautiful day, and the carts just keep rolling by, RJ. That's a good-looking cart right there. That's the Ochoa leading the way there. Is that family friends that were coming up?
Those are our neighbors. That's Nick
awesome.
and Sandy.
Nick and Sandy look like a championship crew.
Well, Nick's got that Golden State Warriors golf bag.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I wasn't going to bring that up, but he did have it with him. Gosh, I'm jealous.
This is you said FOMO. This is like
a little FOMO.
This is POMO.
DJ, good luck. As Dennis Harris, one of our P1s, heading out as we see the crew headed there.
This is not FOMO, because FOMO is fear of missing out. All right, I don't. Did you know that?
I did, in fact.
Okay, so
I'm down with the acronyms.
This is this is PBIAMO. Oh, PBIAMO.
What is that?
PBIAMO. Panic because I am missing out. Like, this isn't fear of. This is panic because.
Did you even bring your clubs? Did you bring your sticks just in case?
No,
like,
I knew the time of it
would fall apart.
Unlike you and your weird time sun thing, I knew the time of the show. I knew everything.
Look how functional
wow,
that is. It even works on the cart. It's functional as well as Renee Aguilar, Flight by Yingling, heads out to the course using the very thing he just gave away.
PBIAMO.
Yeah, so you didn't even bring it. So as a lefty, I have to make sure I bring my sticks. Just
do you think being left-handed is that uncommon? Are you that?
Sadly,
are you that misguided?
Dude, let me tell you, I am not misguided. If I was to call ahead, like when I travel, and
I guarantee you, there's 3 sets of left-handed clubs.
There's not. I can tell you, they have one really good one. They do have a good set here, but for the most part, if I go to a club or I'm traveling and I'm going to play someplace and I haven't brought my own, if I call ahead and I don't do it a month ahead, they'll not have a bag of left.
How often are you playing golf where you don't have your own clubs?
A lot.
That's way of a different problem than your handedness.
RJ, I run in circles to where I play in country clubs all over this world.
Okay.
I don't know. For the last year,
I'll be in
for
Egypt,
whatever
and
reason.
someone will ask me if I want to golf.
I'm not,
and I got to make sure they have a left-handed set, because if not, we're just going to have to go ride camels for 3 more hours.
That's kind of it. And I have to play with a certain standard of clubs.
When we come off the Nile, I have to have something to do. And that's go play golf, and I need a left-handed set.
But legitimately, for about a year and a half, it seemed like every time I played, I was not at home. So I was forever calling and renting clubs.
Why would you not take your clubs? That's my question.
Who travels with their clubs?
Everybody who's here right now. All of the players in the tournament.
I have them in my car, I have them with me here, but I'm talking about I flew someplace, and I'm not going to spend $80 on clubs that I might or might not use.
Then you have to call ahead.
That's what I'm saying, and I often have. But if you call ahead too soon or too late, as a lefty, those are gone. They only normally have maybe 2 bags.
I think what you are
there.
just vocalizing or spotlighting is that you are not taking the proper measurements and precautions so that you can have a good time.
No, what I think I'm highlighting,
and you're blaming the handedness,
is the victimization of left-handers.
Oh my God.
We have been victimized for far too long, and I'm standing up. And I'm standing out that there needs to be more left-handed.
So before you were here for the kids and the troops and
the moms of the kids and the moms of the troops
and the dogs
and
now you're here for the
left-handed moms of the kids of the dogs.
Rob, I would just put it to you to use your own parlance that one of the most famous golfers in the world is not only left-handed, but that his nickname is actually Lefty. But you think that there's this big victimization of left-handed golfers?
Well, if there's only one dude called Lefty, that tells you there
can only be one dude because they can't call two dudes the same name.
Everybody's right-handed. That's why you could be called. If you called, how many guys named Righty?
I mean, people that are correct all the time.
There's nobody. You don't go by Righty.
I know,
but Lefty you get because you're left-handed because it's unique. It's special.
Has anyone ever called you that?
Yes.
No, you're lying.
I had to beat him up after Lefty Drizel.
We actually are lefty because now we're all alone. Everyone left.
Then we did get left. This is the saddest time as you wave goodbye to the golfers as they hit the course. It's going to be a pretty day at the golf club.
It's warmed up. I took my sweatpants off,
which was a lovely sight. You went to the Spurs game on Saturday night.
I did. I got my son a Wemby jersey. Would you like to know what color? I think this is an important.
We've been discussing that. You got black, I hope.
I want to shout out my wife because I love her dearly, and she is the bedrock of our life and our home.
Mm-hmm.
But she wanted to get the City Edition for him, and I said,
"I'm glad you put your foot down."
That was one of the only times where I said, "Honey, no, this is bigger than this." You know what I mean?
Was it the white one?
It was the white one.
Oh no,
she likes the logo. She likes the colors.
Well, you know what? I will say that the logo on its own.
Oh, totally
okay.
Agree. There was a polo she liked, and it was a white polo with just the logo. That looks sharp. I'm totally with you. But the jerseys are disgusting.
So no, that's nothing we need to remember, nor should we, especially after. Although they were in black.
They were wearing not just in black, they're normal black, not the statement the SATX, not the SATX, you know what I mean? Where the S was a little bit more silent against Brooklyn. But we got him the standard black Spurs, Wembanyama on the back. So I will say, for anyone who's going maybe tonight to see the Suns, they had a sale going on the teal Fiesta jerseys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So... Well, the sale.
I think they're going to stay on sale for a while.
It was a sale, but it's still a hefty price, in my opinion.
I think everybody who wanted one of those jerseys already got one.
I know. I mean, and there was like a billion people walking around. So it was like, oh, so you bought it on sale
because that was an unfortunate time for the Spurs. It's a good-looking jersey. I'm not gonna. It's better than this year's.
It's sharp and it's great. I like the look,
but it's not. When we look back on that era, it was not a good era. No. We were close but no cigar era, and I don't like that. As we sit, 15 wins. Wemby has hit the wall in every sense.
Are there going to be 5 more? Because
no, there's not going to be 5 more.
For anyone who's somehow unaware, if there are not 5 more wins, the Spurs will have the fewest. They'll have their worst record ever.
The worst record in franchise history, on the heels of bringing in the odds-on Rookie of the Year and possible Defensive Player of the Year, though that's gone. Is over this weekend with 1 block. Wemby is going to have to get. He has to get if he was to get Defensive Player of the Year, depoy to me and you. If he was to get the depoy, he'd have to average probably 5 blocks a game.
That still wouldn't be enough, man.
You don't think it even now?
He'd have to do that and he'd have to like shut down Jokic in Denver. You know what I mean? He'd have to have like a statement kind of performance. But so. That being said, they're at 15 wins. Okay, so play the game with me here because we did this last week.
17 wins.
Well,
we got 2 wins left.
We thought that they would beat Memphis, and they didn't.
Not even close.
We thought that they would win one of these Phoenix games, and I selfishly tried to make it Saturday because I was going to be there. And not only did they not win, they did the most opposite thing they could from the idea of winning. Phoenix tonight, win or loss?
No, they're not going to win. Phoenix needs it. They're trying to find their playoff form. The Spurs are just trying to find their way home.
At Utah on Wednesday?
No.
Okay. The Knicks on Friday?
No.
The Warriors on Sunday?
Possible.
So that's one. At Denver next Tuesday? At New Orleans?
No.
Philly?
No.
At Memphis?
No.
I think that's a maybe. I mean, maybe. But still, that's two. At Oklahoma City?
No.
Denver and Detroit?
No. Detroit might get that second win.
That would I gave them another one, so that would be third. That would be 18 wins. And I would say, I'll ask you, is it fair to say that Wemby was regarded when the Spurs won the lottery and drafted him more highly than David or Tim? In that moment. In the moment, in the pre-draft,
yes.
Okay.
No, I think David. We knew how good he was, but it was such a flash in the pan with David that he had this run in the tournament, and wow, we got him. But this is back in the day where there was no social media. We didn't know who David Robinson was until basically March.
So you agree then that Wemby enters the Spurs with more hype than anyone ever?
Tim, we had watched for 4 years. It's pretty close, but I'll say Wemby because of the worldwide and the following.
Right. Okay, so
biggest ever.
So he enters with the most hype, the most whatever, to then yield the worst record ever. It's a crazy dichotomy, emotionally that we've experienced over the last almost 365 days.
And it's not going to get any better. And because even if Wemby was to play for the rest of the year, the film is out on him. They know how to beat him. They know how to beat him. The Spurs was easy. Now they know how to beat Wemby. And the way that he is attacked constantly on defense, he is now the focal point of every offense. They go at him while he's playing defense. And on offense, as much as he, moves the ball instead of a big, he even in 20 minutes logs a lot of miles in those 20 minutes. The usage rate on both sides of the court is pretty high, and it's just taken its toll. So as film is apparent and the general tired, it just doesn't look good for the closeout of the season. And the heartbeat of the EKG of good game, bad game, good game, bad game is getting to the point where there's just not a lot of good games left, that the guys are tired and the message is lost and the end is near, it felt like. And Saturday night was sad. I'm glad I didn't spend a lot of time focused on it. There are other things of import that we're going to talk about just around the corner. As it is tourney time, the brackets are flying through. How much did you watch the women's game? Did you watch any of it at all? Because if you watched any, it's probably more than you ever have. What's the Caitlin effect as she went to work on Saturday at 2 o'clock? Did they draw off of that? We'll look at where the women are in the dawn of the South Carolina era. And are we on the dawn of the UConn era? If you were reseeding, would you reseed them number one? Did Houston hang on to it, or is Purdue the number one team? The Blitz is repicking. Maybe we should too. We'll talk tourney coming up next. And oh, by the way, Jerry talked about his quarterback, and at 9:30, we'll talk about the prospects of a long-term deal. Jerry says he wants it. Does Dak, and when will it happen? That's coming up. But first, the brackets are here. We're talking that next. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four. One winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 4/6. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Ulta Beauty's semi-annual beauty event is happening now. Unleash your love for beauty with 50% off daily beauty steals on hair, skin, makeup, and fragrance. Shop your favorite brands like Tarte and Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. Plus, grab perfect hair care pairs from brands like Redken and Olaplex. And check out new arrivals from brands like Charlotte Tilbury and Dyson. Shop the Ulta Beauty semi-annual beauty event online, in-store, or try pickup today. Now through March 28th. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
Get the one and done you want for your dog's monthly protection. NexGard Plus, afoxolaner, moxidectin, and pyrantel chewable tablets. Protects against fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms. All in one delicious, beef-flavored soft chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection prior to starting a preventive. Ask your vet about NexGard Plus chews.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit Revive Men's Health.
From the Blitz, with the tournament here, the college basketball pick'em is the easiest way to get in on the action and a fan favorite way to play fantasy sports. You've made your bracket, it's probably already kind of ugly. Well, there's another way to keep playing with your bracket already busted. It's the pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry. And all you have to do is select higher or lower on all different kinds of stats in this week's tournament games for a chance to win big, up to 100 times your money in a single night. Endless projections to choose from. Create your own experience. So download the Underdog Fantasy app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, you'll get a mystery special pick to use in your first pick'em entry. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR at UnderdogFantasy.com.
Ball forward, take your base.
The only thing worse than a pitcher running out of gas on the mound is your old phone running out of storage for your photos in the stands.
Goodbye, home run.
Switch to Verizon and get a great deal on a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage for all the ballpark pics you want. Just trade in your iPhone, any model, in any condition, so you'll feel like you're winning, even when your team's not. Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a great deal on iPhone 15 Pro with unlimited Ultimate and get iPad and Apple Watch SE with eligible service plan. Only on Verizon.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Reinagle here. It is golf tournament day, and that's always a big day for us here at San Antonio Sports Star. In fact, the Blitz. We're going to be live at 90 Proof Bar and Grill. It's right there at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90 after the golf tournament. Come on out and see us. Even if you didn't play golf, you're welcome to show up and have some fun with us. We're going to talk about the NCAA tournament. How's your bracket? Well, we're going to redo all of ours. Yeah, we need to do that. We'll do that. Plus, we'll get you ready for the San Antonio Spurs. They play tonight. It's all happening on the Blitz beginning at 2 o'clock. Fellas, I hope you had a great weekend.
We did, in fact, Joe Reinagle, though my weekend would have improved immensely if I'd had some of that prime rib that went down yesterday at the Reinagle Casa as he was cooking up some of the best-looking Tri-County prime rib I have ever seen. The competition continues around the building as the Mercy Cart is headed out. So we're out at the Golf Club of Texas. It is our spring golf classic. Everybody has shotgunned out, and they're all out there. And as I watch, the tacos are heading out. That was the taco.
Well, we had some.
Well, we had a few.
Are you saying you want more?
I'm really kind of upset that I was really looking forward to giving away the honey bun, but tacos got here and nobody wanted the Duchess.
You even tried to offer it, and everybody's like,
people said no, politely no. And this will be good through July of 2035. See, you could hoard this. This is going to be good for another 11 years.
I have a weird thing to talk about.
Okay. Should Edwin stay close to the button?
No, I just saw a tweet from Pardon My Take that Jack Golke got a text from J.J. Watt after Oakland beat Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard about what he sent him. This is
right. So,
but what's the quote that J.J. always lived on? That it was
I don't know. Work harder when the camera's on.
Something like that.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, but my question for you is, how do you become who's the guy that JJ texts and is like, get me that number? And what is that guy's range or limits?
Well, you know, it's funny because, okay, so now, JJ, I'm sure you run into people and you share, I don't know, business cards or maybe their tap phones. Like, here's my contact.
You were really obsessed with the tap phone of the Super Bowl.
Well, that was really cool. That guy gave me his business card with his watch. That was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. But I think the social media venue is the way you find numbers now.
But it says text, and you're right.
I think you dig in and you DM and then you get the text.
But do you think there's that guy? So JJ hits you up, hey Rob, get me this number, and you're like, I got you. Like I can find anybody's number. That's who I am.
I think there probably is a guy. Have you ever worked with concierges at a big hotel? Those people that just know everybody. I think there's get me so and so's number.
There's also a level of, and I don't mean it in a negative way here, but arrogance. Like, get me that number because he needs to hear from me.
Because and he'll be happy.
Yeah, he'll be happy to hear from me.
And you heard Charles Barkley was, as his team lost, and he was saying, I'm hearing from all these Yale guys. Like, how the hell would Chris Dudley? When I get their basketball guys might have it, but he was naming former Yale football players. Like Calvin Hill just texted me. Calvin Hill had your number.
So actually, the more I think about it, I can connect these two things. So JJ works for CBS. Right, so the tournament is obviously, there's some level of CBS involvement. That's probably how JJ. And you said Calvin Hill.
Yeah, he was mentioned specifically as a former Yale player. That
I know, but
had texted Charles Barkley.
But Calvin Grant's father.
Yes.
So Grant, obviously, CBS. That seems pretty.
See, it's all coming together.
Yeah. So it's actually the more I think about it, pretty, pretty simple. But
has that ever crossed your mind? Like, I feel like I need to text this guy and give him a,
Honestly, no.
Do you text congratulations when?
I suppose, but I feel like in the circles that I run in, the news that I'm seeing that necessitates congratulations is on social media, and I can congratulate you there.
Right. So I don't need to do the texting part, but it's cool to be able to drop the names.
Do you think anybody is texting Shohei Ohtani?
Dude. So it kind of got quiet.
Well, yeah, that was by design.
And once that blanket hits, once they kind of cover up the light of what was about to be shown, I wonder how long things percolate under this blanket because everybody's back now, right? Everybody's back from Korea.
Mm-hmm.
They had a chance to nap off and take, figure out what day it was.
Well, and everybody's back or getting back from spring training because it's opening day this week. Everyone's getting ready for the season to start.
So with that as the backdrop, how do you think this week goes? Do you think does baseball attack this to get it out of the way? Do they bury it just to let's get through opening day and have a good time, and then we'll dig into the seediness of gambling and illegal books and IRS and U.S. attorneys next week?
They did launch an investigation, Major League Baseball, as the weekend began. I feel like because it looked suspicious that they hadn't, that means they kind of had to. So at the very least, unless the investigation wraps up before opening day, the Dodgers season is going to begin with him under investigation by the league, which is awkward in and of itself. So,
well, I've seen the future. I know what's going to happen.
To Shohei or to the world?
To the world.
Okay.
Pete Rose is getting into the Hall of Fame in 3 years.
Because of this?
Because of this.
Wow.
I think the conversation is going to go.
We'll text him to congratulate him.
Well, I think we should.
Yeah.
Someone text Pete. No, I think the conversation, and you can feel the edges of this, because right now, everybody involved in the next thing in sports, all the gambling people, whether you're part of the books or you're part of the advertising people who's getting money from the books, or you're part of the people that are like me who are getting paid to endorse the books, we have to, as a society, find a way to feel comfortable about gambling and sports. And we've kind of danced around the idea that this is a little disconcerting. And every now and again, it's front page, top of the line news when a game gets pulled off the board because there's a weird bet made. And that was like just a couple of weeks ago with the UTSA and Temple and UAB. There was something that just happened the other day that they had to pull a game off the board because there was some weird gambling on a small time game. And
UAB had that thing with their players were involved in or whatever that they were alleged to do.
Baseball, there was a baseball thing, and those hit the headlines, and then they very quietly and quickly go away because
there's too much money on the line.
There's just too much at stake. And as we come to the realization that there are going to be incidents, that it's just going to be, there's no way in human nature to avoid people going the wrong direction and gambling and having it affect their professional side. The Calvin Ridleys, that they knew better and they did it. It's just going to be part of the game going forward. All that we can do is ensure that the enforcement is so transparent that we're comfortable that the outcomes are legitimate. That we never have to worry that if it isn't legitimate, that there isn't somebody following the numbers and following the trail that tell us, hey, that one was somebody cheated. And as long as we feel like that's there, we'll be okay. But with that will come some more acceptance of the gambling world. And I think it's going to get Pete Rose in. And I think it's going to be a way to kind of balance out the say it ain't so, Shohei, say it ain't so. Because I think as we get deeper and deeper into this, Ohtani's not going to be able to separate himself for this. He's not going to be able to just lay it at the feet of his interpreter like, I did nothing but help out a bro. I don't believe that's the case.
Well, I think that in things nowadays, like nothing can happen without the world rapidly diagnosing it and getting involved, and sometimes that leads to the world looking dumb, sometimes it leads to
sorry cake,
whatever. But I mean, you get my point. Like sometimes the world is wrong, but oftentimes the world is involved and the world can find things out and whatever, blah blah blah. And you can't put this toothpaste back in the tube. And you didn't mention this element of this, but I think Pete will get into the Hall of Fame because of what Shohei's value is to the sport of baseball,
right,
into Major League Baseball.
And they cannot allow him to decrease. They'll raise Pete up.
That's what I'm saying. The more preferable option for Major League Baseball is to swallow their pride or whatever you want to call it on Pete Rose and let him in than to banish Shohei Ohtani. And for anyone who doesn't, because I know some people don't tune into baseball till the fall, till whatever. Maybe you don't pay attention to the Angels or whatever. This is the most global superstar in the world outside of maybe Messi, Ronaldo. I mean, the transcendence that Shohei already has and has the potential to have over the life of this, massive contract with the Dodgers means so much to the sport of baseball financially, and gambling will only amplify that potential revenue as they look to potentially regain their foothold as a prominent sport, not just in America, but beyond. And so they need him, and they cannot sell innocence on this. No. And so they're going to have to say, it's actually cool. And so Pete is cool now.
I can't imagine another fix unless this whole story, which sounds just so remarkably made up, appropriate to the most recent set of facts. The story seems to change, or it seemed initially to change as soon as the more facts became available. So until we know it all, I'm very worried that it's worse than we think. And if it's worse than we think, I cannot envision a world or a baseball with a suspension of Ohtani. I can't imagine an Ohtani suspension for 100 games for gambling. They'd rather see him go away like that Michael went away. Just go away and we'll keep a blanket over this thing for a while and you can come back. And they can't even afford that.
Well, you can't. Even if it was 100 games, it can't be commensurate with what you've done to Pete Rose. It would have to be a lifetime ban. That's where baseball is stuck.
Or you lift the ban.
Yeah. So it really boils down to either you abide by the established precedent and you ban him for life, or you lift the previous precedent.
Which I think will be the easiest road to travel as we get down there. It's going to be an interesting week. It is opening weekend, or opening week, as baseball gets busy. And to celebrate, the Blitz is going to be out in Vegas this week. They're heading out to the Circa, brand new casino right downtown, down there in Fremont. It's attached to the Nugget, same thing, but all down there together. They're going to be broadcasting live from that beautiful book, The Circa, on Thursday and Friday. Greg Maddux is going to be down there throwing first pitch down at that beautiful book. If you want to go, they got a great rate at The Circa. Remember Minix20. That's the only code you need to remember. Go to sasportstar.com. You'll see a link there. You click on it. Save yourself some money. Head out to Vegas this week. Celebrate Sweet 16. See Greg Maddux. Hang out with the Blitz. And maybe even put your toe in the pool of that beautiful book there.
That toe right there.
That one. This one right here. The big toe that is Joe Reinagles. Hey, coming back, we're going to close the show out. Look around this beautiful course. Maybe sit down with Jason and Joe, who are wandering around looking for something to do with gimme bags in their hand. This is the Golf Club of Texas. We are hosting our Spring Classic, and it won't be any fun unless you come on out here. We'll see you in a minute. We'll be right back here on the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. As you sit on a Monday morning and kind of look forward to your full and exciting week, I have but one question for you. The way that your day is going and the way that you are heading into a full Monday, the most important thing you can do is focus on your weight. Focus on what you're doing. And Mondays for most people are weigh-in day. How did I survive a cheat day weekend, and what do I need to do this week to knock off what I'd put in on a weekend? That's why I love the Institute for Functional Health and Dr. Jacob Torres. There's no cheat days. What he has done is put together a lifestyle plan that you can live with for the rest of your life. Does it involve weight loss? Absolutely it does. But it also involves a healthy way of living and looking at food and the way food affects you in a way that you don't need to cheat from. I'm a foodie. I always have been. I'm not going to lose the taste for food, and I'm going to look forward to meals. It's just, how do you eat and what do you eat that matter? And Dr. Torres taught me that, along with a lot of other things. The stories I've often told. I walked into Torres' office about 7 years ago, weighing nearly 300 pounds. I'm right about 230 right now, and could not feel better. I feel better today than I did yesterday. Can you say that? If it's time for you to lose weight, there's no better stop than the Institute for Functional Health. Dr. Torres will take care of the mental side, the physical side. He'll provide you with the motivation required and the medical science needed to lose weight. And then the process begins. And I'll tell you what, there has been no better thing for me. If it's time, I want you to go to iffhealth.com. I want you to see what I'm doing. Do your due diligence, and then go talk with Dr. Torres, because he will change your life. If you've resolved to lose your weight, there's one stop, and that's the Institute for Functional Health. Go by and talk to him today, and I know you're going to thank me later.
Nothing beats March Madness. The pure sound of a swish, the rattle of a slam dunk, the fans on their feet for the big moments. And the action just keeps getting better until a national champion is crowned. Hear all the action with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's and women's tournaments right here
on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and San Antonio's ESPN 1250.
At BetUS.com, why do we care about a college basketball tournament every March, where bets mean everything? Because it's March Mania, where glory triumphs and anything can happen, where underdogs can make or break our hearts. Because it's March Mania, where brackets are broken and buzzers are beaten. And there's always been a sportsbook there for you and your best buds. Because it's March Mania. BetUS has been with you through 30 Marches together. And like any good six-man, we've always had your back. And because it's March, BetUS.com is matching the mania with a mad offer. Back to back 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And the extra confidence that comes from a 10% gambler's insurance. Because anything can happen during March Mania. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins. Get started today.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Nigel, what's up with your hair?
Joel, prices are insane these days. I'm cutting my own hair.
Folks, nobody likes paying high prices. Good news, for a limited time, all Quarter Moon 14-SEER AC systems up to 3 tons are installed in your house for only $69.99. Now is the ideal time to take care of your home at the lowest price of the year.
Joel, I like saving money. I'm an influencer. Everywhere I go, people hand me change and say, bless your heart.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number M16004. DACLA 000743458.
Joe Reinagle here. I want to tell you about something that has completely changed my life. I had vision correction surgery at Parkhurst New Vision. The results are amazing. The readers are a thing of the past. Hey, if you're like me and tired of those glasses, call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020. They offer a variety of services like vision correction surgery. So call Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020, or get them online at sanantoniolasik.com.
It's time, basketball bettors. It's March Mania. I'm Rob Thompson here to tell you about BetUS.com. Over the years, I've endorsed only one sportsbook and casino, and that's been BetUS.com for years. They've been driving to the basket for 30 years, and I've been a part of it. And this year, BetUS has got an epic three-pointer going for you. 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambling insurance. It's epic! Get started by visiting BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US. BetUS, it's where the game begins.
San Antonians love a good party, and the Valero Texas Open is one you don't want to miss. Enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. So buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 4th through the 7th.
This is the Morning Huddle with Rob Thompson and RJ Ochoa.
Welcome, newcomers. The tradition begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
Here are the grievances with Rob and RJ.
Welcome back to Morning Huddle. We do it every Monday to help you start your week the right way. We air our grievances to exit the bad air and bring in the good so your week can be as good as it can be. It's a Zen thing, RJ. He's RJ Ochoa. He manages the editing and blogging. The boys, I'm Rob Thompson. I do not. And that is to my left, Greg, our crack engineer on crack. Easy E. Back in the studio as RJ and I are down at the, is it down or out? Are we out or are we down at the Golf Club of Texas?
I'd say we're out.
We're out.
Yeah.
Because we're to the west out of Highway 90. If you haven't been out here, what a fabulous course. The restaurant, you can't beat it, but there is a bar that overlooks this hill that is made for this time of year. Margaritas be cold. The flight by Yingling be iced. Be a fine afternoon. Come out, and if you're not playing, at the very least you can hang with us. RJ got nothing to do for the next couple hours as we're going to just jump on a golf club and go right. And my first grievance is yet another golf tournament. This is now my, I'd say this is at least my 8th or 9th golf tournament with the San Antonio Sports Star, and I have never played.
Well, I mean, that's kind of par for the course, no pun intended.
I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be if I was playing. But my initial grievance is, why can't I play in the tournament that we host? Why can't we play?
Well, the tournament takes place at a time that the shows are kind of on.
Well, you know, we could start this thing at 10. Now, we didn't have to do it at 9. I mean, someone chose specifically 9. We could have played till 2 or 3.
Well, then I think your grievance is with them because they didn't want you on.
I mean, the suits, the higher-ups, the big bosses. Wow. You know Morgan, our big boss.
Man.
Well, Morgan, our
don't
big
call
boss.
her that.
She's our big boss, and she chose 9 o'clock.
I'm going to say Morgan, the boss, instead of the big boss. I'm going with the capital T.
I'm just describing her place and not her size.
Wow. I have a sports grievance, if you'll allow me.
I got a lot of them, but go ahead.
So shout out to a good friend of mine, Bobby Belt from 105 The Fan. He tweeted out NFL teams that have spent the least this offseason. This includes free agents, extensions, waivers, and trades. These are the 5 fewest spending teams in the NFL to this point, right? The teams who have spent the least in descending order. So the team who has spent the 5th least, the Cincinnati Bengals, who are a notoriously cheap organization, have spent $72.2 million to this point.
That's more than I thought.
It's not that much, though. The Denver Broncos, the 4th least, at $53.7 million.
Is that net after releasing?
This is cash.
Oh, okay.
So the next up, 3rd least, the New Orleans Saints at $52.2 million. Okay. Then you go down a little bit more to the 2nd least.
This is how much they've spent.
This is
in the last
free agents, extensions, waivers, trades, like just any
since the league year began.
Right.
Okay.
2nd least, the Los Angeles Chargers, $39.2 million.
Yeah.
The team who has spent the least, the most valuable professional sports team in the world. That doesn't translate, like your net worth doesn't translate here, but still, the Dallas Cowboys. Remember, the Chargers were 2nd, $39.2 million. The Dallas Cowboys, the least, $11.1 million.
Is that only Aiken's deal, or is there one other dude they signed? Right?
It was the Eric Kendricks and the handful of dudes they brought back.
So there is a but I thought it was only one other guy.
No, there's like 4 dudes that they've brought back,
and all sum total.
But you're talking about they have spent almost $30 million fewer than the next team.
Some would call that frugal.
I mean, dude, what on earth? How, like, what? Like $30 million less.
Well, it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
That's just embarrassing, man. Yeah,
they're all in, though.
My grievances with them, but I will say I'm kind of proud of Cowboys fans who are starting to see the light a little bit more, because it feels like more and more people are.
And thanks to you, quite frankly, in blogging the boys, I think that you were the first one to say the emperor has no clothes. We were so many of us for years, and I've been one of them, are just expecting the big move, which is never going to come.
And by the way, like you mentioned the Broncos, like, oh, was that before or after? But think about how much money the Broncos have spent. They've spent $53.7 million, and they're
on the books.
And they're in what some people would call salary cap hell, where the Dallas Cowboys are not, and they have spent $11.1 million.
Now, Jerry did talk over the weekend that he's still planning on extending Dak. He called him a Super Bowl winning quarterback who had won a Super Bowl, much like his team is a Super Bowl championship team who just doesn't have a championship. So we'll wait and see what he did. Grievances.
I had a sports one. Do you have a sports?
And this is so minor because I've had the best time watching the tournament.
Okay.
On Sundays, we can start playing a little earlier than 9:30 at night. We can tip our last game a little bit earlier than 9:30. You can bunch them up. It's okay. We can have 2 or 3 games together. I felt like it went a little late last night. I know you didn't expect overtime, but the kids can't even stay up till 11 o'clock to watch these. I mean, I do think that they could probably schedule Sunday games a little bit earlier. It's not so much a grievance. It's just by the time you get to Sunday night for the true hoop head, there's not a lot of people going out of their way to watch the what was that late game last night? Was it UConn? It was Yale. What was the latest game? I didn't see any of it because the Aggies went late, but I didn't get a chance to see it because it was already.
Yeah, by the time overtime ended, there was still like 12 minutes left.
I was already gone. The game had already been decided. That's the only issue I've had with this tournament is a little late on Sunday night. But other than that, man, brilliant, perfect. I have no issues at all with the way the NCAA has handled that. Even the whip around coverage has been good.
This isn't a grievance, but it's an indication that things don't have to be the way that they are. And so my grievance is about other things. But I have watched a lot of the tournament on the Max app because I'm a football customer, and one of the only things they don't have is TNT.
Going back and forth sucks, doesn't it?
But with the Max app, you basically have access to TNT, TBS, True TV. You have access to all the. So it's actually kind of nice to have what is effectively a March Madness app. You know what I'm saying?
But you have 3 of the 4. So if you don't have that CBS, you have to back completely out of the app.
I'm saying is it's nice to have the majority of things in one app, as opposed to, like, you think about like the NBA playoffs. You got some games on ABC, some on ESPN, some on TNT. You know what I mean? Like, you got to jump all over the place. I wish that sports would be in one spot like that.
The one app that defeats them all, as it were. I remember a couple of years ago, you could get they had the True TV and TBS, and you had to find them, but you could actually get the college basketball app, and all the games were literally on that app. Now it's whip around coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Whip around. I have no grievances with the basketball tournament at all. I think
it's been fun.
Not only that, but for the most part, I think that the color commentators have been good. I thought Avery Johnson, I don't know what region he was in. I don't know where they're playing, which is the one. I wish they would put the cities they're playing on the court. Not that it really matters that much, but
they put it on the broadcast.
Yeah, but people are like, where are the Aggies playing? I had no idea where the Aggies were. They're in Memphis, but they're playing like a 9:00 game, which I thought was odd. I figured that late tip was probably West Coast, and it really doesn't matter where they're playing. But I would like to know that. But other than that, I think the coverage is good. I think the apart from the dull CBS crew, TBS is augmented with everything they can. We miss Greg Gumbel, but you can't get enough Ernie. I mean, if you can get Ernie on like our show, we should do it. Oh, wait. We did.
Yeah.
That was last week. He even told us how good it was going to be.
Yeah, he did. Although the Buffalo that he described picked McNeese to win this whole thing.
Yeah, that
did not work.
That did not air well. The weekend that was, I woke up Monday. I'm in a good mood. It's hard for me to.
You were pretty ornery this morning.
Was I?
Yeah. Well, you were like, I don't understand the time and the darkness and the sun and what's going on? Where am I?
It's unfamiliar confines. I'm not used to being out and about this early in the morning. Honestly, I did not know that it didn't get light until well after 7 o'clock. 7:32, I think it was this morning. I had no idea it was that late. I'm really, for a guy that's at work at 4:30, I don't see the sunrise. I thought that the sun would be up earlier than it was, and I don't like it.
Wow. Is that your grievance, the sun?
No, like I said, I'm pretty footloose and fancy free, man. I woke up this morning without a lot of complaints. I was a little mad when I woke up and saw rain. I can tell you that, but that's long since passed. We're gonna have blue skies, gonna get 80 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, it feels incredible right now outside.
So today is probably 77. In 2 weeks, we've got the Valero Texas Open coming. I've got a pair of tickets to this third round, the Saturday, which is moving day. That's the day you want to be out there. And if you want to go, you might want to stay really close to your device. No, let's just do it now. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. RJ and I are going to be, and the Blitz, everybody going to be broadcasting live from the Valero Texas Open in 2 weeks. We're going to do Thursday and Friday out there. We do it out there at the driving range, RJ. Not from, we used to do it down by the,
in
the press area. They used to allow us
overlooking 18.
Overlooking 18. No, we're not allowed to be there anymore.
You broke a rule.
I did. I was a little loud. And see, the thing is, I'm not even the Blitz anymore.
Well, that was back in the Blitz,
and I ruined it for them. And now we're out on the driving range, which is really interesting to do it from. So if you dial 656-3776, 656-ESPN, if you're caller number 5, you're going to go to the Valero Texas Open, a pair of tickets to go to the third round, the Saturday moving day edition of the Valero Texas Open. We're going to have tickets to the Valero all week long. So listen live all week long to get your tickets. And if you don't win them, buy them. It's 2 weeks from now. We're expecting a phenomenal event. Rory is coming.
That's right.
You'll be able to see him on Saturday with those free tickets if you're caller number 5.
Wow. Good luck to whoever's calling. I hope you win.
The airing of grievances, we do it every Monday, and I have no grievance to air. I really, other than a little piddling stuff, I had a good weekend. I didn't run into any problems. Watched more basketball than I should have. Ate some good food. Grilled well. Did everything that was appropriate.
Wow. So not really.
I know it's supposed to be the airing of the grievances. 656-3776. If you got one, maybe it's the Spurs.
Dude,
but that's easy.
They are so done. Like they have tapped out. They have just.
Did you get that sense?
I don't want to say they've quit, but they are definitely going through the motions. I was looking during one of the breaks. Do you know how many threes Wemby attempted
in his 20 minutes of play?
Yeah.
We shot 4 or 5. I bet 1, maybe 2.
That's what I'm saying. Like this, it was a real we're just here to get this done, type of game. So, I mean, whatever. I don't have a passionate, kind of thought about it in any respect at this point. The season's over. It's been over. It never really wasn't over. It's.
Having sat next to you for the last couple hours, and we've talked about watching games and what we do. Like commercials for you are work time. Like when the game goes to break for the 2 minutes, 3 minutes to 4 minutes that you have, you're on the socials, you're replying, you're tweeting, you're doing everything. Right? That's so you spend your time on.
That's how we roll, yeah.
That's how you roll. I'm not very good at that.
The royal we.
So over the games, I've had a chance to watch. I don't watch commercials. I actively avoid them, but in live game time, I'm forced to watch. I have 2 favorite commercials that are phenomenal. Do you pick out commercials?
I heard you talking about this to somebody earlier.
The Wendy's commercial where they're making up their own music makes me laugh every time. And the Geico commercial where the guy's a wheelman. I literally will wait around for him to say that he's a wheelman, and then I'll go and take care of business. I actually wait for those commercials. They're funny. Was that progressive? Is that what it is? No, I'm a wheelman. It's Irish, not a wheelman. I think that is absolutely hilarious. Again, no grievance. I have none. I've accepted the fact that the Spurs have hit the wall. They're going to have the worst team in franchise history. I've accepted the fact that the Dallas Cowboys are bereft of any kind of incentive to do anything at all, and we're just going to watch this fuse slowly burn. I've accepted the fact, and there is a little bit of solace in the acceptance of your fate.
I actually have another level of grievance. It's a unique twist on airing of grievances because sometimes it's not a grievance and you're spinning it that way. My grievance is with Red Bull, the Formula One racing team, because Max Verstappen's engine failed on Saturday night.
Did it fail? It failed in race after they started.
Right. Yeah. And so Carlos Sainz, your guy, you feel a real calling to Carlos.
You know what? Yes, I do, because I followed him, and he's still second chair. He needs to be number 1 someplace.
Okay, so he won.
He did.
And not only did he win, but his teammate Charles Leclerc, he was P2, and Lando Norris was P3.
Lando's getting better.
You have an eye for this because you really like Lando as well. But anyway, it was kind of nice to not have a Red Bull driver on the podium.
There is some fatigue, right?
And so, my grievances with Red Bull, hey, maybe chill out. You know what I mean? It was kind of cool to see, nobody from your team present and accounted for.
That combined with Mercedes having trouble as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was my team. I took Mercedes just because they were.
Well, I took Ferrari, so watch out.
Yeah, you got the driver, you got the constructor, I got the driver. But I have the sense that at the end of the season, Minix, who was part of the draft by default.
Well, all he did was Google who's the best F1 team.
And he took Verstappen and Red Bull, right?
He did.
Which we should have never let him have that. Because I took Sainz and Mercedes just because I figured Mercedes would fight hard enough to get there, and it ain't happening at all.
Oh,
how did Danny Ricciardo do? That's his home field.
This is not 3-note sting worthy, but we do have a little bit of breaking news. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero just tweeted that the hip drop has been banned.
So
owners did just vote for this.
We've been talking about the owners gathering. Where are they?
They are in Orlando.
They're in Orlando for their annual owners meeting and rules changes, and they're not going to change the tush push. They're discussing kickoffs, though it doesn't appear anything's going to happen immediately there. But the hip drop tackle has finally been outlawed, which is that's about the last of the current methods of tackling that are hurting people.
Yes. Now it's a bad tackle, and there's a way to, you would think teach how to do this properly, but the proposal was for it to require a 15-yard penalty. Now, the problem is NFL officials stink, and so they're going to be misidentifying hip drop tackles all over the place.
Over-identifying or not identifying? You think they're going to call it too often or not enough?
I think they're going to call it too often at first. This is going to be like when they made pass interference, all sorts of complicated. This is going to be that.
Any other rules changes possible before we?
I would think that the kickoff.
So the kickoff might very well. We're talking about the onside kick. And the kickoff, if the proposed rule change, but if you kick it through the end zone, the ball will only go to the 30 as opposed to the 35 to give a little bit of incentive to just whack it and get it out of bounds and further eliminate the kickoff's utility completely. And we talked about earlier, our grievance would be if they change this, let's just go ahead and do this and get rid of the kickoff as just about completely. Just make it the ceremonial beginning to the football game. And if you lose the flip and you receive or choose to receive the kickoff in the second half, you just get the ball on the 30.
Right.
Just get the ball on the 30. If you want to pretend like you want to do some kind of onside kick, maybe you can do that 4th and whatever they want. But no, let's not take up any more time. They're headed in the right direction. If they were to fix the tush push, then I would be all in. That tells me that they're trying to make this a competitive league or improve the competitive balance.
The according to Tom Pelissero, the hip drop will lead to more fines than flags.
Which means it won't be called in game. It'll be noticed in film, and people are going to be getting, and that's going to lead to a very angry union.
Mm-hmm. This is, I mean, look, it's a dangerous thing, and it would be great to, again, like, ensure that dangerous things don't happen. That's obviously the goal, but it is going to be too complicated to ask NFL officials to do this real time, which is maybe why they're only going to have it. This was something the NFLPA vehemently was against.
I'm curious. I'm sure they have the data to prove. Where do the hip drops happen more often, inside the tackles or outside?
I think inside.
So I would think primarily focus on inside the tackles, because that's where I recall most of the injuries happening. And outside the tackles, if he's, that one might be a little bit more if we focus on a specific area. But you're right. Angry players, when they start getting those $15,000 letters.
Oh, they're going to be way more expensive. Their first fine is going to send a statement. It's going to be tough.
Well, the day only gets better. We're winding down, but we're just the beginning of a full sporting day. The Blitz, well, they're on a golf cart now, but in just a couple of hours, they're going to be comfortably at the 90-proof bar and grill. It's on 90 and Lucky. Come out and join the Blitz. It'll be at 2 o'clock. It'll be the post party for what has been a fine classic golf day. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow in studio. Y'all be cool.